Welcome to Retro Movie Geek, the show where we, your humble hosts, watch and discuss a retro movie which we define as any movie 20 years old or older. This, of course, means we spoil the hell out of every movie we cover.
God.
So if you haven't seen this episode, Cinematic Delight, or listened to other episodes of this show where we already covered it, then consider yourself forewarned.
Oh, that was Forgotten Flicks.
I know. I actually was going to say that is the catch. I am Joel, and I'm joined by Daryl, a.k.a. Rigid Jones.
Still.
Bridget Jones.
Is that like Bridget Jones, but a porn guy? Oh.
No.
Oh,
I'm sure there's a porn version of Bridget Jones called
Rigid Jones. That seems fairly obvious, or should be.
Probably.
All right. So, and of course, we are joined by Pumpkinhead Peter. Well, I love that you're just using Pumpkinhead everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Right.
But it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. When this episode drops, it's actually going to be a couple days of Christmas, like our Christmas / New Year's
midpoint, where people are kind of sobering up, but not.
Well,
but not exactly, especially for Daryl.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, Daryl. Before we rock and roll here, as a thank you to you, because so everyone knows this, for whatever reason, and not that I was upset, we were going to cover Road Warrior for our Christmas movie, which has nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever.
No, none at all.
But Daryl kind of gets a wild hair up his ass and decides to blow our mind and make us think for like a second he might like us, me in particular, where he said, "Hey guys, I know it's been like forever today since we covered Die Hard and all this horrible shit with Bruce Willis and blah blah blah. Why don't we cover Die Hard?" To which I said, yes, please."
I was on the floor.
Daryl knows he's going to ask. Daryl could literally ask me every episode, "You want to just cover Die Hard?" And he knows I'm going to say yes. But that aside, we decided to do a special surprise for you as well, my friend, to reciprocate our Christmas gift to you.
Bruce Willis?
No, the dark gallows. The gallows humorist in me wants to say yes because that would be sickly hilarious. But no, it is not. It is not Bruce Willis. Hans Gruber, would you like to join us? Hans Gruber?
Hans Gruber?
Are you there?
You're muted,
Demi
Hans.
Moore?
No, Hans, you're muted. Maybe I what? Mags and a martini. We brought you.
And I'm boozing it up with margaritas in this.
And she's boozing it up with a martini with all
strong ass mulled wine.
We are so
got unsweetened tea and a big gulp cup that's going to make my bladder explode.
Well, me and Maggie are the drug.
Listen,
of the show.
Daryl, you'd be happy to know this is whiskey infused mulled wine.
Oh, I love you.
Listen, it's 21%.
Hey, wait,
we gotta get drunk.
Wait, this is caffeinated. Does that count?
Shut up.
Okay, a little bit.
Look, yes, okay.
Let's get drunk, my friends.
I do caffeine. My drug of choice is caffeine. All right.
Well, mine too.
Because I definitely need it. Okay,
so did we actually say, because if people are just listening to the podcast, did we actually say our mystery guest's real name?
No.
Oh, no, it's Hans Gruber.
No.
I said Mags and a martini, and it was everyone.
Oh yeah, you did.
Knows who the hell Mags is. No, we are joined by the one and only Maggie. Maggie is back.
Yes.
Ooh, Maggie, I guess. I just realized you might have to become like our permanent Christmas guest because you were here last Christmas too.
Oh, by the way, I sent the answer when I asked you if you wanted to like the short notice one. I sent your answer to Joel. I think Maggie says yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the last year's Christmas?
I don't even remember. Was it Bad Santa?
Trapped in Paradise.
Oh, Trapped in Paradise.
Trapped in Paradise.
Right. Yeah, couldn't do the cool Robert Mitchum film. Had to do the shit Nicolas Cage one.
Yes.
Hey, it's us, Maggie. It's us.
No, that's Joel.
No, Joel, it's you.
Yeah, let's see.
Fair enough.
This is Maggie's answer, verbatim. I asked her if she could join us because it was short notice. I figured maybe, and in caps. So this was screaming. Absolutely, yes, I can. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
That's right.
And then in small letters, and yes, I'll keep it quiet.
And she did.
We wanted to surprise the Daryl, so
you did.
Good. Good. That was the goal. Mission accomplished. All right, well, then that's the end of the show. So it's great having everybody here. We all love Die Hard.
Congratulations, everyone.
I forgot to take notes, so
I'm a little upset. I only had time to watch half of Die Hard, so I'm going to try my best to remember all of the beats of the movie. As I was literally quoting it with my kids are sitting there. I'm going. I have to the count of 3, and I'm like literally quoting it. And I might have gotten the shut up side eye from teenagers.
Roy dies at the end. He does.
Roy did not die.
Yes, he does. And then before they shoot him in the head, they go, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!" And then they shoot.
Did you know?
Is that like a movie you wished happened?
Maybe.
When this was shown in the theaters here in Sweden, it was actually cut.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
Every time I want to like where you're from, Peter, every time I want to like where you're from, you tell me this nonsense.
But did they keep the booby?
I have a list of what they cut out.
Oh, no, did they cut the centerfold? He goes, girls.
Well, not the centerfold. Before that, the one where
I always thought that was gratuitous, but now after rewatching it for the umpteenth time, I haven't.
You like it?
No, well. I will say though, there's a legit reason, an artistic reason why you would actually do that. That makes sense for a character because it's. Well, first off, obviously, welcome everyone to the show. It's been a minute since we recorded Retro Movie Geek. I probably should say that. Yes. And we are covering Die Hard 1988. And before everybody says, "Oh, you've done Die Hard before," no, that was Forgotten Flicks.
Yeah.
Totally.
And me and Daryl weren't on there. We were just guests calling in back at the
right. Exactly.
I say so. It was me and the grooms, me and Jason, and it was, I don't know if we had a guest for that one or not. Maybe we did.
No, I think it was just you and every people who listened to it called in.
I was listening while I was in a building sniffing coke at a party.
Yeah,
you're so hardcore, Daryl.
Off the secretary's ass.
Yeah. I missed something.
Pretty much.
Daryl, I missed something.
Sorry.
Yeah. I figured that's also probably where your rage was beginning to build because you were listening.
Yes.
And you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna do this. I'm playing 4D chess. One of these days, I'm gonna end up on that show as a host, so I can rip that son of a bitch.
That was my plan. As I
4D chess.
One thing you can say about Daryl, he plays a long game.
He does.
He does. His vengeance is mighty and it's fierce, but it's patient. It's a patient vengeance.
That's right.
He's like the Count of Monte Cristo. That guy. That's what he is.
Right.
He really is.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Which is what the Count of Monte Cristo is known to say. All right. So Die Hard. My reason for here's the other thing. Anybody who's listening to this, it doesn't know Die Hard. I am sorry for you. Do we need to bother with the synopsis, Peter? Seriously?
Sure.
Yeah, because
awesome blue-collar cop fights terrorist quote fingers who are actually just trying to do a really kick-ass heist, played by the absolutely inimitable Alan Rickman, who plays Hans Gruber, and yippee-ki-yay motherfucker at the end.
Yes. Boom. I don't even want to read it now. So
you shouldn't.
What, Maggie? What do you got? You froze.
Oh
no, Maggie!
You're
back. Wait, what's that? What were you saying?
White vest, very important.
Oh, white vest. Okay.
Yes.
I was contemplating wearing a filthy ass wife beater and the Santa hat. And
you should
have.
Yo, hold on. Wait. We said white vest. You were talking about the tank top. You guys call it a vest?
I call it a wife beater.
It's a white beater or a tank top, man. That's
you got
to keep it real, like we do here in the South here, Mag. It's a wife beater. You wear a wife beater, and you got your cores.
It's a hillbilly uniform.
We call a lager called Stella Artois wife beater.
Wow. For some,
I think I just figured out why we beat you guys in that war.
Oh,
wow. Shots fired!
I'm just gonna sit here and drink more wine and just.
Have I ever done a really is it too soon to make Revolutionary War jokes? I don't know that I've ever taken like a Revolutionary War shot at Max before. I'm surprised it took this long. It seems like obvious. I make like North versus South jokes all the time with Daryl.
Already always on the post of the world.
I know. Yeah. It's very timely. I'm very timely with my joke.
So timely.
You've been too intimidated by my British accent.
I am, because I figure you're smarter than me. Because you sound smarter. Yep. So
I just realized with the photo with the videos.
Yes.
We have Europe here and America's over there.
We're gonna win.
Over there.
Actually, no. We're gonna defeating ourselves. Never mind. We're good.
Nah, I just want to hook up with the British girl.
Okay, that's actually the real American.
That's winning.
Right.
That's when
there it is.
An hour and a half into the show and real drunk.
Actually, we're true Gen X Americans. We just don't give a shit.
That's right.
One of us is still married. The other guy wants to go hook it up. So that sounds about right.
You want America? Take it.
Next generation am I?
All right, now back to Die Hard. So, so back to Peter, do a synopsis, and then we'll talk about boobs.
Really?
Whoa.
Really?
Hey.
Should I do the synopsis? Really? It's a kind of a fun one, though.
Okay.
Wow.
By the way, boobs. By the way, just so we're clear, boobs. I meant us as like we're boobs.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Remember, you have a lady on.
You are a lady,
right?
But I also don't talk down to you, and I'm pretty sure you can handle your own.
You know what? Screw the synopsis.
If Daryl starts mansplaining, don't worry, because I'll just elaborate.
Oh, wow.
I love it when they do that. I love it.
Go ahead,
instead of a synopsis, why not I just give you like what they cut out over here in Sweden?
Do it.
Or you want to hear the synopsis?
Is it off the back of a VHS box?
Yeah.
Well, then hell yes, I want to hear it.
Oh, come on.
Kind of a repeater. Let's see. And it is from the back of a VHS.
Oh my God! How long is that?
Long.
That's what she said,
there, Sonny boy.
Actually, she didn't, but I mean,
let's see. High above the city of LA, a team of terrorists have seized a building, taken hostages, and declared war. Mm-hmm. But one man has managed to escape detection, an off-duty cop. He's alone, tired, and the only chance anyone has. They could actually have stopped here, but no. Then they have to explain it again in length. Okay. Bruce Willis stars as New York City detective John McClane, newly arrived in Los Angeles to spend the Christmas holidays with his estranged wife, played by Bonnie Bedelia.
So far, they've actually seen the movies. That's good.
So far.
But as McClane waits for his wife's office party to break up, terrorists seize control of the building. While the terrorist leader, Hans Gruber, played by Maggie Kruger, Alan Rickman, and his savage henchman, played by Alexander Godunov, they round up hostages. McClane slips away unnoticed. Wait, hang on. What the hell was that?
That's
9.
Terrorists seize control of the building while the terrorist leader and his savage henchman, Alexander Godunov, round up hostages. McClane slips away unnoticed. That's properly. Armed with only a service revolver and his cunning, McClane launches his own one-man war, a crackling thriller from beginning to end. Die Hard explodes with heart-stopping suspense.
I will say first off, that service revolver is the best. Hand. I know they don't make that. Like, that gun is not the gun that cops carry. I always thought that is the coolest gun. That's also Riggs's gun in Lethal Weapon. But literally that exact gun.
Well, it looks like the coolest gun in movie.
Really? The same prop?
I think they used the exact because it was Joel Silver. He produced it. So I guess whoever the prop master was used it for. Well, technically, it would have been Lethal Weapon first, then Die Hard because one's 87, one's 88.
Yeah, probably.
And I think there's another. I think there might be like Last Boy Scout. There's something other Joel Silver movie where that gun ends up. Like the actual gun. Like,
I think he did use that.
That would be a movie prop I would love to have. I bet you would be really expensive. Yeah, it's not real. It's
super expensive.
But I don't think they shoot real guns.
If someone didn't already buy it.
Tell that to Alec Baldwin. Right, so, Maggie, back to our talk of boobs. And by boobs, I mean us. We are boobs. That is the expression we use over here. I love that you just freeze framed and you're almost rolling your eyes. That is amazing.
Keep freezing. What's that? I'm back.
You're
What's
back.
Amazing? What's amazing? I'm amazing. That's kind of you. Thank
you. Yes, you are amazing. Okay, the reason why I've always thought that whole like them pulling the girl and the guy out, she's conveniently, sans her blouse is open and sans bra, and I always thought like it seems weird, like it seemed gratuitous. It's like why? But I think here's why.
Have you been to office parties?
Actually, not really.
We talked about office parties last year.
See, we're not going back there. We're not going back there. No. But I will say this: this is the first time where I felt like I could give a argument from a character perspective. So if you pay attention, because the one Vigo from Ghostbusters 2 is coming toward McClane. He's going to come toward McClane's got to figure out how to get out of this. Right. And then in the last moment, as he's headed to the door, they pull her out. Now, if she was just dressed and screaming, I don't think he would have been as distracted. If you pay attention, he follows her with his eyeliner. He's like, doing a typical jerky, douchey thing. But I totally buy that some guy in the middle of all this on this power trip, blasting his gun off, would get distracted by a half-naked woman, and that gives John McClane a chance because you know, like I feel like that at least. Now, could she have just been in her bra? Probably that'd have been fine too. But I feel like full boobage is what distracted him.
Boobs is what saved John
Maggie.
McClane.
Maggie, what do you have to say?
Do we remember?
Yes.
In Police Academy, Tackleberry on the party on the beach when he's playing saxophone, some lady gets her boobs out and he's literally.
Oh no, Maggie, you froze again. What sucked? Okay, hold on. You said literally. He said gets her boobs out and he's literally, and then you went like this, and then you froze.
He stops playing.
Yeah.
And he can't. He just stares at her boobs
because he's a guy.
Same principle.
Yes, same principle. So I
don't
argue.
do that.
Yes, and I would say that I don't know why I've never noticed that before, but if you pay attention, because he's headed right for McClane, and then he diverts, and he just kind of and it's quick. You have to pay attention to it, but it helps explain. And then by the time he gets to the room, John's gone and blah blah.
So all actresses, you must get nude in every movie because there's a reason.
That's actually not at all what I said.
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I said even a little bit. I said the justification that you could make.
All ladies get naked.
That's not what I said.
So you can save the men in the movie. That's what he's saying. America first.
No, that is not what I said. I love it. She just played her talk card. Oh, by the way, those that are just listening,
you have to go watch.
Go watch it on YouTube. I'll have Video Shop. Yes, because
I think I might want to look for that screenshot and use that.
Great.
You should.
I've got them all laid out, ready to go.
Oh, nice. You got like a bunch. Okay, this is the pile for Joel. This is the pile for Daryl. And the pile for Peter is probably much smaller, but it exists.
I need to go back downstairs and get more booze. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's not joking.
Okay.
He's not joking.
He's not joking.
No, he's not. I'm going to mute your mic then.
Can we talk about him while he's not here, and then he'll only find out about it when he listens back?
Oh, yeah.
And then you hear him falling. That would be.
We just see a shadow going downstairs. Now, this is the part. This is like where there's like a one of those screen life found footage horror flicks, right? As we're talking and having fun, it's festive. Then we just start we don't notice the weird shit happening in the hallway just past his doorway.
And then something
sneaks by,
and something does this to the camera.
Does what? You froze.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. No, it's like just at the top. It needs to be like something unnatural, like right across the top of the doorway. You just see something shadowy move.
So if that tongue moves,
that would just be kind of hot. No, I'm not.
What?
All right, so Maggie, when did you first see Die Hard, Maggie?
I was trying to work this out.
Yesterday.
Don't know. I've only ever known a world with Die Hard in it.
Exactly. I actually think I know. I think I could pinpoint for myself, but I can pinpoint close to when, but not
I'm gonna find out.
I know that my parents borrowed a Schmeyer video from our friends, and I think we watched it then.
Okay.
But I don't know how old I was. I've never known.
Isn't that weird how there's certain movies that are like that? They're like, isn't it for you? Like whenever I hear Die Hard came out in 1988, which on one hand, I know logically 88 was a long time ago for most people, right? But in my head, that still feels too recent.
The only note I actually
is that because 1990, like in my head, 1990 is only 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was. Was it 10? I thought it was 8. I thought it was 8 years ago.
I barely remember that year, to be honest.
Because you were drunk, Peter.
Most of them. No, the only note I actually wrote down, I kind of forgot all about it because it's Die Hard. I wrote down some movies are like visiting good old friends.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's all. Then after that, I forgot. Let's see.
And then you started watching Die Hard. All right, hold on. Let me unmute him. There he goes. He's back.
I found out when I watched.
Has he?
Let's see. Die Hard first watch.
Daryl, we were sitting here. We saw something move across your hallway.
Yeah. Don't be scared, but you are the only black guy here.
Oh, wow.
It was like a shadow move right across the top.
Of the hallway?
Of the doorway.
Daryl, remember who you're talking to.
I'm leaving the house. I'll be back.
No, we were discussing if this had been like one of the Screen Life horror flick found footage movies, and you left. That's when we would have not noticed the thing moving across the door, slipping into your room. Yeah.
And I wouldn't have checked.
No, you wouldn't have because you're too tipsy.
Right. Got my dog and left. That's what.
Yeah, good. As long as where's your dog? Is he in the room with
downstairs? So he ate and everything, so he's in his crate.
Okay,
sleeping. He wanted booze, and I said no, so he's angry at me right now.
It's not New Year's. It's not New Year's. All right, so we're just asking Maggie when she first saw Die Hard, to which she replied, and I think is the proper response. She's never known a world without Die Hard.
I have.
Yeah. Oh, Peter has, because Peter was born before the talkies. Go ahead, Peter. Tell us about it.
Damn.
I do enjoy the silent movies.
Peter doesn't like to admit it, but he really was, even though it's problematic to say this now, Peter, you were an Al Jolson fan.
Wow. I almost started tap dancing. I had to stop myself.
I am now, but you can't see. It's like what is it? What was his name now?
The
guy dancing, the line dancing. No, not line dancing. The flat. What was this?
Lord River Dance. Michael Flatley.
Yeah. My legs are doing like this.
Yes.
But my upper body is still.
Oh, is it?
No, it's not. I'm tap dancing. See.
Oh, you're tap dancing around the issue. I got it. All right. So Peter, what were you going to say about Die Hard before I was a jerk?
Let's see. Since I watched this in the theater, it premiered September 30th in 1988 here in Sweden. So probably around that time is when I saw most of Die Hard.
What did you not see?
He was
65 seconons is what we not.
I swear to God, I thought you were about to say you were 65 years old.
Not back
the way you
continue,
set that up.
Peter.
I'm dyeing my beard. See?
Continue.
Go ahead, Peter. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. One of the things where he is, where McClane is shooting the kneecaps of that guy running.
Yes, I love that part.
We didn't see that.
Of course.
And then basically there's. Did
you see Takagi's brain go blowing at the back of his head?
Yeah. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. Wait. So, sorry, but how are you the country that creates Lars von Trier? And
yes, thank you.
Seconds of Die Hard comes out.
Yeah, but he didn't. Back then, he didn't make movies. He came later. And after that, there's like 1, 2, 3 cuts made to where what was his name? Carl? Alexander Godunov's character, and where they're fighting.
Yeah.
Where he hangs him up in the chains.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, but that was cut.
That they cut too.
And
hold on, back. Takagi's brain blowing out the back of his skull and hitting a window. That they left.
Yeah.
But a guy getting a chain around his neck and thrown against the wall.
It's because he had long blonde hair, right? They don't like that.
Oh, the Swedes. I get it now.
Although Alexander Godunov was a defective from the Soviet Union.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he defected. Hang on, I actually wrote that down. He defected.
He was in
Money
He
Pit.
was in Out of Africa. He was the syphilitic husband in Out of Africa, wasn't he?
I remember that movie coming out, but I don't think I ever saw that.
He was actually a ballet dancer, and one of his students. He was a student together with Mikhail. What was his name? Baryshnikov. Yeah.
Okay.
Who was in with
White Knights with Gregory Hines.
Exactly.
Boom, got it.
Wow.
So 1979 is when he defected.
Wow.
Okay.
He was actually in the States before that, I think 73 or 74, and they got suspicions of him defecting, so he was not allowed to enter, Russia or the Soviet Union back then. They prohibited him from leaving the country for a couple of years because they were scared he was going to defect, which he did.
They knew about him hanging out in 42nd Street in New York in 1973. Now we know why.
But he's a really good ballet dancer.
Why? I always like. Did he pass away young? Wasn't he fairly young when he passed away? Yeah.
He was murdered.
Was he? What? They died of cancer.
I thought he died of. I thought he died of AIDS-related disease.
Was it really? I thought it was cancer.
That's what they want you to say.
Well, when they shot him at the end of Die Hard, that was also shortened. So
that's like what? Did they cut that out? Lethal Weapon? Because by the way, my buddy Tyson pointed out Lethal Weapon and Die Hard end almost exactly the same way, right?
So
they're covering a blanket. They shoot,
except for one cut with the kneecaps. All of the cuts were of Alexander Goodenough.
Oh,
wow!
Because he was too
racism. You see what they do with the black man?
Yeah.
What, Maggie? What, Maggie?
We might come to this later on.
Okay.
But,
probably.
Yes.
So they thought he was dead.
Yep.
They put him on a gurney with a blanket over him, but they left him with his gun.
No, I think he comes.
Because if memory serves, I'm trying to remember. See that. This is why I probably should have watched the second half before we started.
Because I watched it last night. Under a blanket. Also buying clothes at the same time.
Okay.
Actually, yes, they do leave him with the gun then.
But he's got it under the blanket. He's like covered it. Doesn't he like come out like he's one of the hostages or something? Because he's kind of like he's standing up, isn't he?
No.
Is he on a gurney?
Under the blanket.
I'm sure they picked him up.
I am. Why you keep talking?
As well, he was like, how would he get himself out of the chains?
He was a ballet dancer. I don't know if that answers it. But he was probably nimble.
Here's the thing, Mags. Movies are fantasy.
Obviously.
Why? No.
And I really feel like
Die Hard happened.
I come to the idea that yes, after multiple viewings of something, if it starts to bring up these questions where you're like, wait a minute, or if long after you left the theater that happens, it's still a win for the filmmaker. Because as long as in the moment when you're first watching their movie, you're so into it, you could. It's like I always like Spielberg's attitude about that. If they're spending time asking questions about, wait a minute, why did this happen? Then they're not in the story.
How does John McClane actually run around with his soul's cut up by glass? That fucking hurts.
It does hurt, yes. Mm-hmm. What were you gonna say, Max?
No, I can't remember. Oh yeah, no.
Sorry.
No, I can't remember what I was gonna say.
You're contracted Peteritis.
Oh yeah, no. I was watching it yesterday, and I was so I had it on in the background because I was kind of watching it, but I was also kind of on my phone because you know,
Maggie.
But there were loads of bits in it. I was like, I don't. Well, should I? I should probably go back and watch this. And it was like a lot of the stuff with Argyle, the chauffeur. It was like,
I love Argyle. I love him.
He's great, but I couldn't work out. So what I wanted to go back and check was, did he know what was going on, or was he just completely oblivious in the car the whole time?
Well, most of the time, I think he was oblivious. Then he kind of saw it on TV after.
Does he see it on TV or is he hear on the radio?
Yeah, both. I think both. He hears it on the season.
Yeah, he hears the CB. He picks up the walkie-talkie. Yeah.
There is a question, and I quote, if with his AUG in his hand for one last ditched attempt to kill McClane, which begs the question why he was wrapped up inside a body bag alongside his gun.
He's hold on a second. I literally just found the YouTube video. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share it. I might have to keep the audio. We'll see if they copyright ding me for this. Hold on. I'm going to share it to the screen.
Just the audio down.
Share screen. Die Hard. Carl's death. So this is a spoiler alert.
What?
If you've never seen the end of Die Hard,
the bad guy dies.
Hold on.
That one guy.
Hold on. Can you guys see it? Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay,
do it.
I'm gonna unmute it and
show your titties, Joel.
I don't want to. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go.
Why are you going back?
I'm going back a couple seconds. Here we go.
For one thing, property damage, interfering with police business.
Out of the hostage. Come on, do it, Al. Do it, Al, pal. Blast his ass. Yeah. Woo!
No more.
Jeez, this is so violent. You have to cut that out.
I'm a true American.
Yeah, that's violent. That's too violent.
I love it. So he was faking to be a hostage. You pretend to be a hostage. He wasn't on a gurney.
Okay.
That's why you don't shop while watching Die Hard, Mags.
But I got a really nice pair of boots. So, speaking of clothes, can we just check? Does that chief of police?
Yes.
Does Barry Manilow know that he's borrowing?
Which is a Breakfast Club reference, which is awesome. Mags wins the podcast. Wow. Mags wins the podcast.
Did we do the Breakfast Club?
Have we ever done? Not maybe Forgotten Flicks did. We haven't done it.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I do not recall.
We haven't.
I don't think I've seen
narrow jokes involving rich white kids.
You probably haven't. I haven't seen it in eons. So We probably are.
It's a movie I've seen multiple times. Multiple times.
Won't you forget about me?
I mean, I do this every now and again.
Well,
yeah,
Well,
just
right.
randomly.
Yeah.
There's a joke there, Daryl. I'm not going there, but okay.
I love that Daryl gets it like right off. It just starts to laugh. Okay, so Die Hard. Back to the important.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
This is, if memory serves. Did we do this when we covered Die Hard originally, where we didn't even talk about the movie because
Well, we babbled about
this was Forgotten Face. We weren't there.
We weren't there.
But I'm saying Jason and
You
I
weren't your friends then, Joel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was too good for
Well,
you.
probably we wrote for Forgotten Face at the time.
Well, Jason probably tried to talk about it, but you
Yes, and I would not let him. I would just be like, yeah. But this one time,
that's what happened.
At band camp.
at back camp, I shoved a flute up my pussy. Wait, what?
No.
Wait,
My cat.
Wow.
My cat. What?
What the hell
Well,
happened?
one of the reasons. Hold on.
I'm not drinking. What's going on here?
Calm down, Joel.
Oh, you have like
One of the reasons I picked it too was that because of what's going on with Bruce Willis, but also there's just been a resurgence of trying to redo or get the magic of these Christmas kind of action movies.
Yeah.
There's been a lot more action movies in the last couple of years than there's ever been before.
It's been, yes, I agree with that.
And I think that's the wave because people have been watching this thing. Listen, this thing is on so much that I was looking for it, right? The stream, I was looking to watch it, and it's on the Disney fucking app. And I'm like, how the hell did it get to the Disney app?
Because they own Fox. They own Fox now. What?
Yeah, but
I had to resubscribe to Disney to watch it.
Oh,
are you serious?
Yes, I'm sending Darryl a bill.
You could own it.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, I've got it on DVD.
Disney probably censored it. Disney probably censored it.
I have a nice box set with the movie. Well, at least the movies that count.
I have it on DVD, but I have no DVD player anymore.
Exactly.
Oh, you need to fix that quick.
Why?
I know.
She's got shit to do, Joel. Don't do that.
It don't cost anything anymore.
Yeah, that's a great thing. If you love physical media, man, this is like a dream come true. You can own it all for like $1.58. It's great.
Plus, if you know someone at the corner of the block or something, they can get it for nothing.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Down.
But also, I do already have it on DVD. I just have no DVD player.
All right.
You know what? I don't have it on DVD, and fuck you guys.
You don't own anything. You're willing to read a comic book on a damn app. That doesn't even count. That doesn't even count.
I do.
Sometimes I do.
Oh,
I
God.
do it every day.
I don't even read comics, and I feel like that's heresy.
Well,
you want to smell it. You want to smell it. You want to feel the paper.
Of course.
No, I don't want to smell it.
Tactile. I want ink. I want ink on my fingers. That's what I want.
I want to grab a tablet and just look at it and then put it down. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
No, I want to buy it. I want to own it. I want to swim it.
Yeah,
I want
right. Good man, Peter.
Well, anyway, after these two idiots are trying to mansplain us and owning shit.
Mags mansplaining us?
No, you two.
No, she elaborates.
You two.
She elaborates on the matter.
Can I say something?
You two idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway,
can you say something, Peter? Hold on. No,
Die Hard.
No, Peter. We are true ageists. We don't feel like you should have a voice. Go ahead.
No, listen. We've been doing this for now. How long? I mean, I know this, so I'm not.
By the way, the last episode Mags was ever on was the Die Hard Christmas episode. You guys remember that? It was
no,
fun. I missed Mags. Why doesn't Mags talk to me? She unfriended me on Facebook. What happened? You guys know?
Yeah. That sounds
I think England even moved further away from Sweden physically. It's just amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
No. So, Daryl, you were saying, or Rigid?
I was before the two white guys silenced me.
Love is that Peter, I think, was actually going to make a point, but I derailed him.
No, I just said Die Hard. Trying to get it back.
Okay. So, Daryl, what were you going to say?
Anyway, the magic of this movie.
Yeah.
People are trying to recapture it.
Good luck with that.
Couple of years, and they have not been able to.
No, they won't.
Even this, they've been trying to even in this film franchise, they've been trying to recapture.
Yeah, and they haven't.
Yeah,
because you can't.
And I love. Go back.
I know what they did wrong. No, I did. I know what they did wrong. They put Jai Courtney in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that last one. Oh God.
Yes.
Dude, I would tell you what
that was almost a superhero.
In hindsight, though, and I will say this sincerely, I I'm wondering if he maybe wasn't already starting to have issues, Willis, at that point with his condition. And so I, at the time, I'm gonna be honest about this. I hate that movie. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Max.
I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
So
this is
going to get me cancelled. You're never going to have me back.
Does it matter?
From the world or from us?
We'll know. Fuck people who want to cancel you. Go ahead.
So,
yes,
Bruce Willis is not a well man, and this is a terrible thing. We know this.
Yes.
But also, prior to not being a well man, the guy was an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a movie
Once in a while, yeah.
Well, and if we had covered Road Warrior, I'm sure this would have got brought up in a different context. So
yes.
I'm going to come to the mat with what I was going to say. That. Can I say this very clearly? This is purely me talking about for me. I don't give a shit. I don't know him. I never would know him. I feel it sucks for people who worked for him if he was an asshole. But I love John McClane. It's a character that he played. That's why I look at it.
We get it. But
and it was Kevin Batchelder. Kevin Batchelder. Who said, and I love what Kevin said about spending time with characters that you love. Do you remember?
Yes.
I don't know if you ever remember that he said that. It's like, I think he was talking about Firefly, Serenity, and I know we've cancelled Joss Whedon by now, but he was talking about the characters in the show, saying, I love spending time with these people.
Yes.
And I think that's such a lovely way to put it about characters in films.
Yeah. The same with music.
Yeah. And we replaced him with James Gunn now. We replaced Joss Whedon with
until we find out that James Gunn's also a human being with foibles and does horrible shit like all human beings do. Yeah.
Or he's just annoying.
Also,
okay.
I watched the trailer the other day for the new Superman, and I'm sorry, it will never be as good as Richard Donner and Christopher Reeve ever. I'm sorry.
Unlike
Daryl is not of that opinion.
I'm not that. Well,
You're not the Christopher Reeve guy.
It's not Christopher Reeve that I did.
You like Henry Cavill?
Had issue with. I had issue with some of the story choices in the movie itself. That was my choice.
See, but number one, both any of us, well, maybe not Peter, but Max, I don't speak for you, but I acknowledge my lack of knowledge when it comes to comics. So I love Superman. I've always loved Superman mainly because of the movies. I'm not a comic book reader per se. I never have been. So me trying to go to toe-to-toe with somebody like Daryl or even Peter for that matter on the actual like.
So Joel, do you know what the trick is to getting your own way in an argument with Daryl?
Please tell me.
Just hint the cleavage.
Oh, see, I actually, you know what? I'm so proud of myself. You know what? I almost blurted out, "Suck his dick."
Be British and hint at a cleavage.
God's sake. You know what? I actually saw a cool photo that they kind of did like a meme from the Superman trailer, where Superman is lying in the snow, and instead of calling for crypto, he says,
"Oh, the cat needs his space."
Yeah, and the next. The image is just a skeleton because the cat couldn't give a shit.
First of all, it should have been a pit bull.
Was Crypto a pit bull originally?
No, he was like more of a wolfish German.
Now, to be fair, what I could tell, didn't Gunn base this Crypto though more on his actual real life dog?
Probably.
Yes.
Probably.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna be optimistic. And I'm going to try. I'm reserving judgment till I see the movie. I want it to be good. You and I miss. And I'm a Cavill fan. Like I think Cavill physically was like the perfect Superman.
Oh, he was. He looked like a guy that could bust your.
Oh boy.
But I am tired of all the nihilistic bullshit with superheroes and stuff. Like I want like that almost Golly G. Willikers Superman back. I'm sorry, Daryl. We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
I don't want.
I want hope. I want like a guy that makes you feel good, even if it's all bullshit and fantasy. That's what I want.
Neck snapped. I want if you say some shit. You just
no. I disagree. I disagree.
Mags, I'm with Mags on this one.
I want to tie back into Die Hard, which is would be nice.
Do it.
I'm going to tie back into Die Hard.
I want to see this.
The way that we are in terms of either something is so great, we assume, even though it's just a trailer.
Just left.
I don't blame her. Either it is so great, you got to get more booze. That's what I did.
Yeah, to hear your explanation of this, she's going to do that.
When you have something that's coming out, like Die Hard was shitted on before it came out.
Yes, it was.
If we remember this.
It was not exactly. They didn't know it was
People assumed this was going to be the worst movie ever. Because they
Bruce Willis
they were mad at Bruce Willis. He had a failure at the box office prior to this.
A couple. Sunset and Blind Date.
Blind Date was the most recent one.
I do too.
It's such a weird movie.
Yeah, I like it though.
When they found out how much money he was getting for this role,
I'd take it.
People were like, "Fuck that! You should never get that much money. No Name should never get that much money for a role." He changed the salaries from this film for other actors as well. And so the thing is, even with the Superman stuff, people already assume like all the shit where I've been crying and I have done. Listen, calm down. Okay,
that's the other extreme.
Look at the trailer.
You overreact. You're being like,
either you like it or you don't, or you think it's mid. And then when the movie comes out, you decide.
I fell in the. There were moments like that moment where he protects a little girl. Maybe it's my inner dad. Coming. I love that image.
I'll tell you later who really came up with that.
Okay.
Maybe he was sexually molesting.
Tell me it was you.
No.
Okay. Hey.
Anyone hear that?
What's that?
What you say?
Anyone hear that? You think he was protecting the little girl, or or maybe he was sexually molesting her?
Oh, for God's sake! No,
Daryl, you want a dog?
I will say every time. I will say this. I will say this.
With the most judgmental look on her face.
I have to say this. Because of the world, right? It was so when they kept saying the reason why Superman wears his underwear on the outside, and the whole thing is they come up with this thing of it's because he wants children. He did it for kids so they wouldn't be scared of him.
Yeah.
The inside joke of me said that's what it ends on some would think. But anyway, let's go back to Die Hard. Die Hard.
Okay, so
this movie
video version, folks.
This movie was people were looking for this to fail.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, it was.
Listen, they even in the poster they kind of
they took him out, didn't they?
Took Bruce Willis.
They were scared
out of it. Yeah,
they were so scared.
Sorry to interrupt, but didn't basically a fuck ton of actors turn this down?
Yes.
Stallone,
that's what they say. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Was Schwarzenegger in the game for this too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you picture him? All my kids said when they heard that, they're like, "Can you picture Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to go through that duct? He would have got like 2 feet in and be like, oh shit."
No. Think about it. Think about the time.
That as much as I believe Arnold Schwarzenegger being a guy from Connecticut.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
True that.
Fair enough.
But think about before Die Hard, most of the action heroes at that time were big, muscly. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Yeah. And
Schwarzenegger actually turned it down because he was doing twins. He wanted to do twins instead, which is funny because
all the times of watching Die Hard, one of the things I love is because what it is because Bruce Willis at that point is not Bruce Willis, and yes, we know he's now Bruce Willis, but he's just, and maybe it's because he actually still has hair at that point. He's such an everyday blue collar guy. Just a regular dude.
I was thinking that yesterday. I was thinking that when I was watching it last night because he was only really known from
Moonlighting. Yeah.
Which was great. Exactly. I loved that. Mm-hmm. I also have a hits compilation from when he'd had his musical career.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
But he is that he's not this. So before
he's not a superhero.
Yeah, like when I was reading up, so I did do a bit of research because I like to sort of try and pretend I know what I'm talking about. But you love me, Daryl.
I know I do.
Before Die Hard, they were saying it was like a Rambo in an apartment building or in a big office block. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
After Die Hard,
it became Die Hard and a block.
Die Hard on a bus.
Yep.
Which is speed, which is how the elevator pitch speed.
Yeah.
So it did completely change the game. You had Arnie, you had Stallone being all muscly and then you just had this guy in his wife beater vest.
Yep. Tank top.
He had an argument with his wife, right? Like just a regular.
Regular guy.
So one of the things I did think about last night when I was watching it was I like how he hasn't got these. He's a cop going on instinct, but he hasn't got these super amazing plans of what he's going to do. He's literally reacting to everything in the moment.
That's when he's running around. Think. When he's watching what's happening outside, what can I do? And then
that's
looking
what we'd
around.
all be doing. You'd be like, come on.
No, I'd be in a corner like this.
All right, if you were him in that situation, that's what you'd be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we would have had the Mission Impossible version that we got without this either. No. Because this Mission Impossible, like with this Mission Impossible and having Tom Cruise, very, slim, streamlined dude.
Yeah.
Every mission he goes through, shit goes wrong, right? Like he has to think of things on the fly. Go ahead.
There was a really lovely moment in one of the Mission Impossibles, one of the later ones.
Because Haley Atwell
and Simon Pegg. Oh, it's when they're in Dubai, and he's got to hold his breath, and he's going, he can, like Benji. Simon Pegg, Benji is going, Ethan can do this, blah blah blah, and Tom Cruise is kind of going, can I?
Yeah,
exactly.
The doubt. Yeah, because I don't. Here's the thing.
The friendship thing.
Yes.
That they still. I mean, and again, this is something they're still doing in movies to this day, right? Like.
Yeah, they are, and I will say the other thing. I love that Mags freeze frames
with the drink with the drink.
Yeah,
he's used that as the thumbnail for the episode.
But I will. So I think there's a fine line, right? Like I don't need my like. I think my hero like sheds a tear for like a legit reason, fine. But I don't need them to be like that way. But I also don't want them to be so superhuman. Like the thing about John
like
McClane,
the fifth Die Hard.
What exactly?
In Moscow,
even the fourth one, though, I find that tolerable compared to the fifth one. The problem is by that point, you could see Bruce Willis is a full blown, even though he's a movie star by the second or the third one.
They kind of go back
full movie star.
Yeah, and they kind of go back with the fifth Die Hard. They kind of go back to the movie, the action movies that was before Die Hard. With the muscly bound superhero action.
Yeah, but it's like he's so. Well, the end of the movie's clean though. He's not even got like.
I would say he went back to this version in. It wasn't the hit that this was, but the Last Boy Scouts.
This
pretty much
which we love.
Yeah, the broken cop McClane with the code though, right? Like a moral code.
Yep.
Yeah, and he has his best black friend eventually, right? Like, I mean, come on.
I just realized, is that a thing for Bruce Willis? Like, he's got a lot of movies where that happens.
Because
in Die Hard 3 and in Die Hard 3 too.
Right. Yeah. Because there's a tendency.
That's the best joke in Die Hard 3.
Right.
Where they're like, Jesus. It's like, no, my name is Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus.
Well, if we think back, especially for someone in New York, like myself, race relations between black men and cops were not the greatest.
No.
Something that hasn't changed.
Is that a thing? Really?
So there's a tendency in movies, because we like to hope, right? Like there's a tendency in movies where you see him being so Law and Order, right? Like Bruce Willis plays the Law and Order character very well. Regular dude, Law and Order, but he looks like the guy that would look at he would racially profile somebody in a second, right? Like he would assume, right? He would assume that the person is bad. And then in the movie, he learns that, oh my God, they're human. Yes, he's black and he looks like he's a thug, but he's human. Oh, he's black. He does drugs. And
but here's the thing with Daryl, last time. Hold on. Go ahead, Max.
I was reading up. They were saying McClane was a good Scottish name. There aren't a lot of black people in Scotland. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No.
What?
Like from his ancestors?
51st State. Anyone seen that movie?
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say, if memory serves, though, goes back. First off, I love that it's so funny. You're like, oh, people want to hope. It says the guy who likes the Superman who breaks people's necks. But that aside, if memory serves, though, the thing about McClane is it's interesting how you said he looks like the kind of cop that would blank. Well, obviously, there are cops that do that, and there's cops that don't. So looking at him and assuming that about him is a weird sort of prejudice.
Well, that's Die Hard with a Vengeance,
and
right?
that's why, because I love. Remember that whole part where Zeus is giving him all that shit, and he finally is like, "Hey, you're the racist. Like, what the? I don't have a problem with you." And like that was he doesn't pander to Zeus. He doesn't
no.
Oh, Zeus is actually a good guy. He doesn't do that. That's why I love McClane. McClane's just a guy. He's just a dude. He's not he doesn't feel like he's got like an agenda one way or the other. He just wants to effing get home and not die.
And ignore my wife.
Which obviously was why Fire 3, he's divorced. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, come on. He's not a great husband. right?
No, he's not. That's what I like. He's a flawed hero, and flawed heroes are the best heroes.
All my heroes that ignore. Listen, all my heroes are people that ignore their wives, right? Like that's
which is why Daryl doesn't like me. Yeah.
What, Maggie? You really want to say that while I'm here?
Yes. No, explain why Daryl doesn't like me.
Taylor.
I would be your side piece, Maggie. We would never.
Wait, he didn't even hear that.
Fine.
That's hilarious.
But we do like flawed heroes, right?
Yes.
Like I phrased a little bit there, but we love flawed heroes because then, like, all the people. I'm saying people diplomatically. It's never people,
right?
Who are saying, "Well, I would do this. Well, I would do that. Blah blah blah."
You never know what you do until you're in the situation.
Exactly.
Nope.
We'll stop.
You never know what you do in that situation, but you've always got somebody going, "Well, I would do this."
Sure. Because they want to. It's control. We all want to believe we know.
Yes.
Because the alternative to acknowledge that you actually don't is terrifying. It really is. I don't know what I would do, and I hope I wouldn't just like curl up in a ball.
That's also a smart thing they put in the movie because it's filled with characters that do dumb shit, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's filled with the FBI agent who thinks,
"Oh my god, they think they're in Nam still."
Yeah. I was in 6th grade, dickhead.
It's filled with the
middle school. I was in middle school.
Officer,
the hubris of man.
Oh yeah.
It's also filled with with the female dispatcher who, when he tries to warn them that there is a problem, instead of listening,
no fucking shit, lady. Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Right. She totally
just
pretty much wants to ignore it.
Yes.
And so the gunshot, if it wasn't for the gunfight that happens on the call, she wouldn't have even have sent an officer to go check it, right?
Yeah.
Like so it has that in it. It had but that's the thing. Like it's filled with so many of these kind of these stereotypical foils and.
But you know what is it though, Daryl? I would say until like setting Family Matters aside, that. Al Powell, to me, the great thing about is he is the perfect like juxtaposition because he's the other because we forget.
You mean the guy that was supposed to be Wesley Snipes? But go ahead.
Okay, see that would have been totally, and that much like
was not supposed to be.
That would have been horrible. I love Snipes. I love Snipes. That would have been horrible. That would have been horrible.
They both going for that role, and
because it's action. They wanted to be a big action movie,
right?
Maggie, yes,
right,
yes.
Would we have been robbed then? If Wesley Snipes had done this, would we have been robbed of him as Willie Mays Hayes in Major League?
What 89? Yeah, maybe. I think you're gonna say we're robbed of Family Matters because it was Carl Winslow.
Major League.
It was Carl Winslow.
That ever existed ever.
Yeah.
If Wesley Snipes had done this, or if they had done what they wanted to do, this would have been Expendables or some shit like that.
Yeah, it would have been like a movie. It would have been Daryl. It would have been like a Tango and Cash kind of movie where people like it, they have fond memories of it, but it's not like what
the movie we found out we'd rather have the memory of it and watching it again.
Yes, exactly. And here's what I would say about Al Powell though. What we forget is most cops, quite frankly, are blue collar people as well. Like it's a working class type of job by and large. And I love that Al Powell is kind of like he's not as like rough as John McClane is. Like he's soft.
Oh, he's totally the opposite.
He's a teddy bear. Like he seems like a soft.
He shot one guy.
A kid. He shot a kid. But I love
pretty much never wanted to.
Yes, because let's be frank. Back to that idea of if you're a human being,
right?
That's I think how many people would react. Like what? I can't live with myself.
Well, except in New York, there are cops that have never fired at black kids before.
Well, okay, so this is LA. It's a different place. Or
LA.
LA, nothing bad has ever happened. But I would just say I love that because it'd been real easy, right, to portray every single cop like Dwayne Robinson, just like these cocky assholes. These the SWAT team.
I wasn't the one getting parked on national TV.
Yeah,
Dwayne.
Wasn't this the year after RoboCop though as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Dwayne.
You've got all like the everyman that we all love. We all adore the everyman. That's why we like Al. That's why we like John. They'd fucked off from the films because we had Stallone. But
even RoboCop, Maggie, though, RoboCop.
We were still a year or two off Tango and Cash.
Well, it's 89, right? So, but I'm saying that RoboCop Murphy, like that character, Peter Weller is not. He's like a John McClane. He's like Bruce Willis. He's not physically.
Which is why they did that. Remember, they didn't know we liked that.
Yeah.
Until this, they didn't know. That was the whole thing. They thought we only loved Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is why we have the McClane-like character first, and then he gets shot to shit.
Yeah.
And then he comes back as Arnold Schwarzenegger and murders the bad guys.
Well, and I want to circle back to something. I can't remember who said it, so I apologize. But it was either Mags or Daryl. Somebody made the comment about loving our flawed heroes, right? But it's interesting. It goes back to that other comment about Bruce Willis being an asshole. And by the way, I differentiate heavily between somebody having a substance abuse problem, being hold on, being substance abuse, being maybe just a narcissistic dick bag, and being an actual rapist criminal. I feel like those are separate issues, right? Separate issues.
So that's not what she said.
No.
You get calm down because you get overly sensitive about this, and I understand why. I understand why. But when go ahead, Maggie. When you say asshole, go ahead.
So
Maggie,
what I'm going to say about assholes and Bruce Willis is that I did used to work with somebody who had to interview Bruce Willis a number of times.
Had to?
And said that he was an absolute every single time.
I believe it.
Yeah,
So
but not John McClane.
Allegedly. So is his ex-wife Demi Moore. Allegedly, and I say allegedly because I don't know these people. And I don't doubt.
Hard to deal with. Yes. Hard to deal with. But that's not when I hear Dick. Listen. When we're talking about a rapist,
that's a different thing, man.
That's a different thing. When we say Dick, I'm not saying this is someone who's evil. I'm saying he's just
douchebag.
He was an actor who was an asshole to deal with.
But I guess maybe it's just me. I can turn that part of my brain off. Unless you, I would admit, as much as I secretly really want to go back and revisit the Cosby Show, I have a problem.
That's a different. That's not just a dick. That's not just a dick.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Whereas somebody who's just done something stupid or something, if you haven't done something but I'm just lay cards on the table. I still listen to Michael Jackson music. Sorry, not sorry. I don't.
But that goes back to what we talked about before.
But it's weird. Why is it that? I mean, honestly, I'm saying this somewhat rhetorically. Why is it? I could it's okay. But yet,
you listen to Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yes, and I know what he did.
13-year-old cousin.
We went back through and probably examined the actual lives.
Yeah, that's y'all on that one. We don't claim that guy. We never did. We didn't claim that guy before we knew that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Very American.
I would say though, my guess, if we knew what half, or probably more than half, of people that we've loved and admired their work, it would probably, I'm not saying it would necessarily be P. Diddy level, but I am saying it would be it would be like.
Listen, when I was 19, I have a list of things.
It would be super worrying, and you'd have to go and rethink an awful lot of stuff. And I think that's what a lot of people have to do right now is that we're reevaluating, and it comes back to: do we can we sort of align the art, the creation with the person? So I've always been a massive fan of Woody Allen films, apart from the ones that are really shit. But I also find it really conflicting being a Woody Allen fan.
Yes, I get it.
So you go, I liked this film, but he's potentially quite strange. We've got all these people up.
Yeah. Oh no! God, stop freezing up. By the way, I love that my annoyance with Maggie freezing up is because I'm actually trying to.
You got Ronan Farrow.
There we go.
And it's really conflicting.
Max, we lost you. I'm gonna have to do that.
Pause for a second. You said Woody Allen did great stuff for black people, and then you stopped.
See, that's the version I didn't hear, though. But okay, sure.
That is why, Daryl, I miss podcasting with you regularly. Right there. That right there. That was beautiful. No, Daryl, you were saying about Woody Allen, and then you said that.
So Woody Allen is conflicting, right?
Yes,
there are films of his that we love, but then we also go, Woody Allen, there's a massive question mark over him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's y'all on that one. We don't like him.
But I guess what I'm saying is that Here's another good one. I think I like the movie Jeepers Creepers. I have a very hard time because the guy who directed that. Look him up, Max. I'm gonna go into it. Holy shit!
Yeah, he's not just a dick. He's another.
No, he's actually like movie he made before Jeepers Creepers. Like let's just say illegal activity with the 13-year-old star that he videotaped.
Yes,
and got his ass in prison.
Right,
and then he cuts out of prison and makes Jeepers Creepers.
Right.
Oh, and then none of that. Yeah, and then you go back and watch Jeepers Creepers and some of his other movies, and there's little moments you're like, say something right here.
It's so hard. It's so difficult.
That's what.
Now, going this bit of film, this bit of telly, this bit of something. Stop talking, Peter. You laugh.
Sorry. Rigid.
It's so difficult. When you're trying to divide the art from the person.
Yes.
I just don't know how to do it because there are films.
There's no rule for this.
Your door.
Yeah,
there's no rule. I love and go. This is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
But then you go. But the director. Is a piece of absolute garbage. They're a total shitbag. And what do? Do you not watch the film anymore? Do you not like the film anymore?
Well, to your point though, because also that's not fair in the sense that director's not the only one who makes a goddamn movie. It's hundreds, sometimes thousands of other people without whom sometimes the director, let's be frank, let's just say it, not every director's a goddamn auteur. Some directors
look at
just
James
show the
Cameron.
fuck up.
I mean, James Cameron treated his his actors pretty bad.
Yeah, but I love his movies.
But he does some great. This is great.
But I maintain that the last 45 minutes of Avatar 2 were a James Cameron greatest hits medley because there were lines from there from Aliens. There were scenes straight out.
One of the blue people says, "Get away from her, you bitch."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But I think even
elongated
in this movie, shut up, Peter. Even when in this movie where we're talking about
I love
this,
Peter so much.
there's going to come a time when, sadly, Bruce Willis is a person and he passes away, right?
Yes.
There is going to be a tendency now, the conflict between, because there's a lot of Bruce Willis movies that he has done that are so bad.
Yes.
We know now why he did a bunch of these movies because he's trying to run up that money so that he could cover things when he couldn't work anymore, right?
Yeah.
So we get it, but there is going to be the tendency to pretend that everything is great now. That Bruce Willis was the greatest human being, and all the movies were great because we do this, right? When someone passes, we do this
enough time goes by, and even Genghis Khan is given the treatment of like he wasn't that bad.
Right.
I was watching Night at the Museum 2 earlier.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And there's a scene with Genghis Khan.
I had that one.
Who was, and it was all heartwarming and sweet.
Wasn't it Bill and Ted? Didn't he show up in one of the Bill and Ted movies too? Was it?
And you know who played him? Al Leong in this movie.
Oh, that's true.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. At some point, he did play him. My point is, it's like a lot of this. I think it's heavily contingent on where you are in this illusion we call time. So if you're in the moment when the bad thing is happening, supposedly what we call the bad thing, then you're all like, "Oh, this is I'm morally offended." Blah. But then cut to 300 years later, it's like, "What? That was a thing." Yeah, no one gives a shit. Doesn't affect me. I like that movie or I like that book.
And what I would say with Die Hard is that it is
perfect.
This is such a good shut up. Because I hate to be truthful about it.
Okay.
Because you like it too much. I want to destroy things you like. I don't like it when you like it too much.
I know.
But honestly speaking, yes.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Wait. I just realized something. So I don't want to give away any names, but I used to work with this guy who was a real dick.
Yeah.
And he was very difficult to work with.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know if we should judge him and all the podcasts he's done.
You should.
Because he's such a dick.
You should. Because he's also a great man.
He is a great man. All right, fair enough. All right, go ahead. Anyway, your point.
No, this movie changed how they made movies. Like it is still something that is still
Yeah.
And it came out in a time where we're so close to streaming, right? Like, so people can rewatch this. Oh, I love it. Get that alcohol going. This is something where it's not just our generation that can watch this.
No, my kids love it. My kids love it
because we have access to it.
Yep.
Like it's one of those things where it's constantly on TV, right? Like it's something that's you get drunk, girl, just like me. Drunkenness, Peter, drunkenness. Everyone get drunk. It is such a film that has stayed in the lexicon even after all these years that it kind of still erases every bad movie that Bruce Willis has done in the last 15 years or so.
Yeah.
You put it aside. You're like, I don't care. I don't care.
Well, and I think it could have also been because most of those movies, and I think I can say this fairly confidently, have no cultural impact.
When's the last good Bruce Willis movie?
Oh, the one where he plays his future self comes back. Yes, Looper, I think, was the last time he gave a shit.
Great,
where he really gave a shit about the work.
That's fair. That's actually that's a good one, Darryl.
I always remember that because I remember sitting there watching it, and I remember going, wait a minute, what is different about this Bruce Willis movie? And I'm like, because this is what Bruce Willis makes me care about shit.
Can I say something too? That I think that there's I've always, and I don't know, this could be one of those bullshit rumors. Supposedly, as his career went on, movies that he was in that were by the same writer director, like a Tarantino movie, being like Pulp Fiction or Looper, which I think Rian Johnson wrote and directed.
Right. He cared.
He put in a net because I remember Kevin Smith, I think it was, who said when he did Cop Out. With him and
the drama.
Oh yeah, but I wonder. I think in hindsight, Kevin Smith said two things. One, Kevin Smith didn't write that movie.
No,
so he might have been a dick to him because he just felt like you're a director for hire. I'm not going to take you serious.
Right.
I know how to because look, and it's hard to argue with a guy who's played that. He's because Bruce Willis, basically, for all intents and purposes, I think he's a good actor when he really wanted to be. But by and large, he was always there's kind of a persona. Like he was.
There's a difference between him and for example, Denzel Washington, right?
Yes.
The thing with Denzel is he's not an angel or whatever. But the thing with Denzel, I loved it. Listen.
You're gonna bet about Denzel.
I'm drunk.
What you're about to say, Daryl Taylor.
I love Denzel, but it doesn't matter what movie he's in. There's never a time when you look at it and you go, "Oh, this is when Denzel didn't give a shit about it." This is not what he does. No. His belief is
he shows up.
If it's a stupid fucking movie with rabbits talking to me in it,
Gladiator 2.
I love Gladiator 2.
I haven't seen it yet.
I can watch Denzel act take over and be the suave fucker. But the thing is, there's some actors who come from that school where it doesn't matter what the fucking project is, you give it everything for that project.
Cage does that. Nicholas Cage.
Yes, that's for sure. Nicholas Cage. Kate Winslet does that. Like, it doesn't matter if she believes in it or not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just Daryl, if I didn't already love you, I could not love you more.
I love her. I love her. Listen, there's one thing Joel knows on this show, that actresses that are fucking great, I always love performances. I don't care what the fucking movie is. Yeah. I always support that.
Also, Daryl, your camera has fallen, so we're focused on your Batman insignia. So
that's what I want you to see because I'm vengeful.
Okay, there you
go.
Better.
That's great.
So it's a difference between that versus
showing
because he's kind of from the school of Sylvester Stallone, right? When he's not in, you can tell. When he's tapped, like when Creed came out, he was back in. He was tapped in.
He gave it all.
It's like alimony movies.
Oh, sorry. You go, Peter.
No, it's just like
Lance Henriksen.
Lance Henriksen called them alimony movies. You
got to get paid. You got to make some money. It's a job. Yeah, what are you gonna say?
That's not a crime at all. Get your money.
Honestly, let's talk about like a real privilege is the ability to selectively pick and choose your movies. Because you're so damn good. Denzel's so damn good. He can pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be whatever the hell he wants to be, and he's freaking Denzel Washington.
And he's always really good. Sorry, just to follow up on Stallone a little bit. Early this week, I was very, very lucky. I snagged a ticket to see James Mangold speaking.
Okay.
So he was the guy who is doing the new Bob Dylan.
Yes, I want to see that. Looks good.
Shamala Ding Dong.
My Dune dude.
Chalamet.
Hadib.
He also did Copland, which I think is a fucking fantastic movie.
Really good
movie.
movie.
Great movie.
Yes.
So he was telling this story that he'd offered it to everybody, like Gary Sinise turned it down, loads of people turned it down, saying it wasn't sexy enough. And then Stallone's agent phoned saying, "What about Sly?" And he's going, "Nah."
Yeah,
Nah.
He was picturing Rambo.
Yeah, he's like, "Nah, I don't want him for this reason, for this reason, for this reason, for this reason, for this reason." And then the agent goes, "All right, tell him that yourself because he's coming to New York." So he sat down and said, so he's in his 30s and he's going, "I don't want you for this reason, because of this, because of this, because of this." And every time he would be like, "Okay, we won't do that. We won't do that. We don't do that." And, we talk about like Stallone not playing an everyman because he's playing Rocky Man or because he's playing Rambo. Or
Rocky's actually more of an everyman when you think about it.
Rocky is fantastic.
In some of the movies, yeah.
And Rocky Balboa and Creed are fantastic. Rocky 4 is amazing for a very different reason.
Yes, 100%.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
I love Rocky 4.
It's a fun movie, but it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon.
Yes,
it's a cartoon. Rocky 1 is an actual like work of art, independent, like kind of vibe movie.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful movie. I love all of the Rocky movies, except for 5. But I think that to your point, Stallone, first off, we always forget, is actually a brilliant writer, and like has got like
he's been writing all his life, man.
Yeah, but Copland also came out at a time, memory serves, where he had done a pretty much like Daylight. I think had already come out written out around the time with Daylight.
And it did not do well.
I like Daylight. I'm a
I had to hate Daylight, and I had to hate The Long Kiss Goodnight.
What? Oh my! Hang on, I'll just back up here.
Because I was dating a gentleman who would not take me to see the films I wanted to see at the cinema.
Yeah,
he made me watch those films, and I didn't want to.
Well, you should have wanted to see both of them for starters, because you're a good person, and that's good people like those movies. But secondly, so Mags, much like my earlier point about separating somebody's shitty personality away from their art. You having a shitty ex-boyfriend should not ruin what is the great Long Kiss Goodnight. We all agree, right, Daryl, Peter? Long Kiss Goodnight is a goddamn classic.
Daryl, you would have never made me go and see The Longest Goodnight if I wanted to see
you would have given you a Long Kiss Goodnight and then asked you to see the damn movie.
Right. I don't went by I'm fine with going by myself. Like I would have went by myself.
My wife went with me.
Listen, your wife does a lot of things for you out of pity. Because she loves you so much.
She really tolerates you.
You give her the sad face, and she's like, "All right, fine.
God,
fine.
You sad sack motherfucker.
Puppy Joel.
God damn it. I have children with this fucking man. I have to go see this goddamn movie."
He fooled me 3 times. 3 damn times.
3 times.
It's all right, honey. I'll pull out.
Yeah. He said it was only had to count to 3.
Long Kiss Goodnight. What other movie? There was Long Kiss Goodnight, and what other movie? You mentioned
Daylight.
Daylight's my. Why do you hate on Vigo?
Yeah,
I love him. No, I love him when he's pushing open the doors at Helm's Deep.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Actually,
that is sorry.
I feel I should mention it's a bit of a die-hard story, but it also ties into Vigo at Helm's Deep. So I will be a friend of mine. If Catherine is listening, Catherine,
I'm sorry, Catherine.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to the fact that we're doing a Lord of the Rings marathon in February.
Wow. You're going to start off with Rings of Power.
I kind of didn't hate that.
How many years are you going to take to get through this?
We're giving a day. We're giving a day to it.
You're going to do this in a day?
You're going to watch the real movies that matter. Gotcha. Okay.
You're not watching the special editions then?
No. However, Catherine is a wonderful, wonderful friend. But before I knew her, when I recently met her, She was her birthday is on the 23rd of December, so her birthday is actually tomorrow.
Happy
and
birthday,
it's a massive birthday. Happy birthday, Catherine.
Happy birthday, Catherine.
When we'd just become friends, she was saying, 22nd of December is my birthday eve. What should I do? And I said, you should watch Die Hard, because I think Die Hard is a film that I don't know anybody who doesn't love Die Hard. And then Catherine watched Die Hard, and I ruined her birthday.
Well, never mind, Catherine. I retract my. I'm just kidding. I wish I was that petty. Never mind. I'm not saying happy birthday. You don't like Die Hard. So she didn't like Die Hard, huh?
We troll each other now. Because I hate Love Actually so very much. She loves it.
because you're a great person.
You're a good person. That's
because
why.
you're a great person.
Yes.
She doesn't enjoy Die Hard. I mean, I will admit that I persisted her into watching the Star Wars movies.
Ooh.
I just kept on.
Which one?
Which ones? The ones that matter?
The best ones. 70.
Okay, the one. And
Okay.
at this point, I'm actually getting soft on the prequels because of all the other garbage. So,
Of course, you're getting soft on the prequels.
oh,
So I watched New Hope, Empire, Jedi. Well, I watched New Hope and Empire with her. Then I left her with a DVD for Jedi.
Jedi, right?
Then I don't know. I advised that she didn't watch the prequels, but then also don't think she went to see the first two of the
Disney stuff.
like the new ones.
The new one.
But then
You mean the janitor stormtrooper? Thank you so much, Disney. You did a lot for my people.
Yeah, like to have an awesome. Actually, what was an interesting character and completely waste him. Yes, go ahead, Mags.
we went to see the final one together. There's three of us who are friends, and
Rise of Skywalker. You took her to see. Oh God, Mags.
Ooh,
I think that we went to quite a nice posh cinema, and I think she actually spent more time having fun watching me reacting to everything that was happening on the screen.
Or not happening, in the case maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got very upset when I thought Chewbacca might be dead. Because why would you not be?
Right. Did it.
Yeah.
Did it.
Should we talk about Die Hard?
Oh yeah, Die Hard. That's what we're covering.
What are we talking about?
Anyway, there are people who don't like Die Hard.
To be fair, if I had known you had taken her to see Rise of Skywalker, I wouldn't blame her for not liking any movie that you ever recommended to her ever again. But,
Well, see, I thought we were going the route of there are times where a career is so long that even when they get to a point where they kind of hurt their own career with being like, because this was Stallone as well. He takes a movie and changes it, right? He's had a history of doing it, but by the time they got to Copland, he kind of had enough failures.
yes, that he humbled him.
That he was humbled for a minute.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he was like,
He was told that he couldn't change it.
Yeah, and he still did it because he needed to show that he could do this role.
Yeah.
And apparently 2 weeks before filming, he hadn't put on an ounce of weight.
He got that weight in 2 weeks?
Apparently.
Hell, I could do that in one.
You sit down in a day, I could give you about 50 pounds.
I mean, let's do a video in a week. It's Christmas. Let's do a video. We'll see.
We sit like this.
We all come back. We all come back. It's like, turns out you can do it. all four of us are like, yep. All right, so Die Hard.
But it's just a mint. It's wafer thin.
Yes.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Whoops. Hang on.
No, back at it. Wow, she's going to drink you under the table.
That's what I'm talking about.
She's like Marion Ravenwood.
No, fuck off. I'm full. But it's wafer thin. Do you guys even know what that is?
It sounds like something. Was it like a Monty Python joke or something?
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
I watched that in the theater.
Canadian or
that guy explode in the theater with.
It's Meaning of Life, right?
Yeah.
That traumatized me when I was, because I came out 83, right? I was like 7, and I saw that on like HBO or something. Just that scene where the big guy blows up, and it like haunted me as a child. That because I thought, again, I didn't know it was a comedy. Guy get explode. Yeah, haunted me.
Imagine watching it in the theater then.
If I was 7, no.
Wow.
No, so Die Hard.
Well, let's talk about some of the actors that kind of this
Have
change.
we talked about Die Hard at all?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Alan
Rickman as
Rickman.
Genghis Khan.
Shut up, Peter. Alan Rickman pretty much changed bad guys, right?
Yes.
Like there was such a he was the suit and tie, smooth.
Yep.
Well educated.
Yes, he was
Amazing.
Cunning bad guy as opposed to the crazy psychopath bad guys that we usually would get.
And he actually had a good plan of when they are going through the locks. He knows that if they say they're terrorists and give these bullshit demands,
have
they
certain
shut down power.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he knows it's not a stupid.
No, that's what it is. A great, to me, the greatest movies are only as good as their villain at the end of the day. Because let's be frank, I look, John McClane, I love that character, but is he as great as he is without?
No, you have to have that.
You have to have the opposite.
Right?
What's
It's
that?
like again going back to Superman.
Yeah,
Superman when Lex Luthor is Gene Hackman is so much better than Lex Luthor when he's Jesse Eisenberg or Michael Shannon.
Well, Jesse Eisenberg, really, like, that was rough, bro.
Well, you don't want you like having the point of the villain. I think
You're going to
Peter, would you shut up? The point of having like with Hans Gruber is he's such the well put together planned villain as opposed to McClane, who is just like, I don't know,
winging it.
Fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Because he's so smart as well.
Yeah.
Where he's going, oh God,
and he does the accent.
Yes.
He takes the accent away.
Oh God.
Yeah. It is. Even in the beginning, I forgot just how smooth it is because it's like a heist, right? Like in the beginning when he's coming in the doors.
Yeah.
When you first see him,
it's so wonderfully orchestrated.
he is in the front, looking smooth as a motherfucker.
Isn't he though?
Looking like money. He's looking like smooth money.
Yes.
And all of the other well-dressed foreign men around him with guns are like, it's like the smoothest team, right?
Yeah.
Like
they know exactly what they're doing.
And everyone is working in precision, right?
Except for Clarence Gilliard Jr. in his white sweater.
Is that the guy who plays are you talking about Theo? Theo.
No. Theo.
Theo. Theo. The nerd. Because you gotta have a nerd. You gotta have the one nerd.
Yeah.
He's Sundown from Top Gun.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
Is it Top Gun?
There were black people in the first one?
Yes, there were. Was he really though? I'm trying to remember. Was that him?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I trust you.
He's so memorable.
You
I only remember him
because you weren't paying attention. So I
don't remember. I was just looking at Tom Cruise. I don't remember that guy.
Oh, of course. I love Theo. And Theo, it's a type of miracles. So be of good cheer and get
Yeah.
All right. So what I love too, if you really pay attention to that opening scene with John and Argyle, the choices of, first off, it's a limo, right? Mm-hmm. You immediately set up without saying a word who John McClane is, that he wants to sit in the front with the guy and talk to the guy and not be separate from him.
He was Sundown.
Smoke a cigarette.
Right.
Smoke a cigarette. Be kind of cynical. Be a little
old man. I don't want rap. What is this rap thing?
Yeah.
Old man.
This is Christmas music, man.
Yeah.
And so, and by the way, I actually my first memory of this movie is, other than seeing the standee for it when we went to go see Jaws 4, I think, at the theater that I one day would go work at and one day take my wife to our first movie at. I saw the standee for Die Hard there. And then the opening, I missed the very, very beginning with the plane. The very first thing I remember seeing in Die Hard was that Hollis Queen song, and
where the stewardess looked at McClane like, "I will fuck you right now."
Yeah, she did.
Oh, that part I missed that part. Yeah, I didn't see it till later.
I didn't remember it until I watched it again.
Oh yeah, she gives him a look. She gives him a look. Yeah,
but it's so funny the little things when you watch the movie.
There's a lot of details.
When you look at it over time, there's little
that's what makes
human,
it, but that's why you can't.
But there's little human details that are thrown in that you don't need it.
Even lying.
But it makes it authentic. Like the look, she's looking at him like, like you look like a seasoned old New Yorker, right? Like you you're different from the LA guys, right?
Yes.
There could have been, nowadays, there would have been a whole scene of she flirt with him or whatever nonsense that you didn't need, right?
Yep.
In this, it was just a court. This was just a fuck me eyes, and then she walks away, and then he gets his little
hither.
But also, I think with the character of John McClane, he wouldn't have flirted back anyway.
No, not at all.
He was so in love with his wife.
Yes.
Right.
So
he looked at it.
He does that Die Hard 2 as well. Remember Die Hard 2, the girl with the facts? He goes, just the facts, ma'am, and he shows her, the ring. Yeah.
Yep.
No, he looks at her and then goes, okay, I know she's giving me the look. And then he's like, I'm going home tomorrow. I'm trying
even though he's estranged.
It was never even a thing in his mind. It was never a thing. Because he's all the way Holly.
Yep.
Right.
He is very much Team Holly.
But if he'd only known the future and known that she leaves him anyway, he could have
Well, I want to go back to the writing. So you get that scene with McClane and Argyle in front of the, and if you pay attention, that whole scene is an expository dump. It is a way to establish his character, where he's headed.
It's an Uber driver now.
It is, but it's done so naturally.
My fucking Uber journeys are like that. I mean, if I've had too much white wine, I get my life story.
So, like Joel says, it does not feel like expository.
No, it doesn't feel like an expository dump. It feels like just a conversation.
But this is how we get the information we need. Right, like
and
this
then
is him building the character.
One of my kids, I think maybe Connor made a point too. The great thing about it, and this is why, by the way, this whole argument of trying to, like you guys talk about, capture that lightning in a bottle again, you just can't. You have to just come up with something new and take the risk that it might suck and bomb, which is what they did with Die Hard, right? Because there's a moment later on when the SWAT team is coming up to the building, and I'm sure you guys all remember it, where the one guy pricks his finger on a thorn, and he goes, ow. It's just a real quick. It's quick.
That's all you need.
It probably was an accident that actually happened that they happened to catch on film.
Keep it in.
And they kept it in. And it's that little detail that's like like when Al Jeong is at when they're getting ready and they get to the candy bar and he gets that little. And then they don't show him take it, and then later on we just see him eating the.
He actually, I read a bit about that because he asked the director John McTiernan, "Is it could I do that?" And he was like, "Well," he's like, "Well, why not? It feels natural. He's standing there, and the writer said, and the writer said, you actually prolonged your life in this movie because it made him interesting."
Yes, a little touch like that.
Even with Al, like when we first see Al in the store buying all the Twinkies.
Yes,
of course. If it was Wesley Snipes, I would have been like,
that dude doesn't eat no Twinkies.
Thought anything of it. I would have said, "Oh, that's probably your wife." But watching it when it's Reginald Van Johnson, I'm thinking, "Oh, you fat ass! You're going to eat all those things."
You need someone who's soft around the edges.
Yes.
He's likable. He's immediately likable.
Yes.
I mean, this is why the casting is so perfect, because you got Bruce Willis, he's not Sylvester Stallone, he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
You've got Reginald Val Johnson, who's absolutely not Wesley Snipes and all gleaming and either Blady or whatever, because he was lean then.
Yeah.
But then you've got Alan Rickman as well, who is just a fucking genius piece of
he's so debonair. You know what I mean? He's so
absolutely amazing. And Jeremy Irons also works in the third one.
Yep. That was good. That's great casting for spoiler alert who he is in relation to Hans.
And let's talk about Bonnie Bedelia, right? Like listen, this
Daryl,
is the kind of woman
can I just say as well, I'm really sorry I don't have a coral colored
shoulder pads
with shoulder pads, but otherwise I would have been wearing that for you this evening.
Oh, yes. Sexy thing, you.
I should have put like a wig on with the 80s hair where you got like teased out to here.
Bonnie Bedelia is when you cast it, she's not the Hollywood person that they would think to cast. You cast a hot.
No, but I've always found her attractive.
I think she's just wonderful. The part of what works so well, also when he cast her, cast her as a
everyday person
who's smart. Now she's just not everyday. She's leader.
She does come across as yes. I know where you're going with that. Yeah,
I mean the looks of her. It's not.
I know. But Peter, hold on. Let me finish, and then you jump in. Throughout the movie, I noticed how they give her scenes where even the part where she knows they're gonna kill her boss, and she takes her hand, and it's subtle, and she's like, "Don't you admit that you're, that you're the guy. Because she already in her head is like, this is what they would fucking do. I know they're going to kill you. The only reason why they're asking for this is because they're going to use it for leverage and kill you. She knows it. She's a wife of a cop in New York. She knows this shit, right?
Yep.
You get them drinks on. So, like, all throughout, when she talks to him for the first time to Gruber, and she's like, I have been chosen to represent the hostages. And she notices her picture and she's like, thank God the picture is down. And she knows to say, let me pretend that I'm not married. I don't want to give him any, because she already in her head knows they would use me as leverage against my husband. So smart. All of the smart shit she's doing.
Yes.
Little bit, like, it's all throughout. The only,
I want to tie something to that picture, so don't let me forget. Go ahead, finish your point.
The only thing she did, the only thing she did that probably fucked her over was telling the cokehead coworker that it was her husband. That was the only mistake she made, but she didn't think he'd be dumb enough.
Yes.
To give it away.
That's not really her mistake, because
no.
At the beginning, he was sitting in the office doing coke.
Yeah.
Well, John comes in
with Takaki.
Right.
Yeah.
So he
and he knows full well she's a married woman and doesn't give a shit.
He tried to fuck her.
Yeah, he's like rubbing. He's trying to rub John's. Give her that. It's a Rolex.
Yeah,
he's such a douche. He's such a wonderful douchebag. He's such a douche.
He's a loser.
He's so good in this. And
he's so great. He's so wonderfully awful.
Not having her is another reason why the movie.
He's so good. They didn't need William Atherton to be a douchebag in this film.
Weird. It is almost like too much douchery, but I do love William Atherton. William Atherton is like the middle-aged William Zabka. Like William Zabka in every 80s movie always plays like a teenage douchebag.
You know what?
William Atherton is like the middle-aged version of that. And so was what?
No, I don't agree, because William Zabka is he's like entitled millennial, but William Atherton is always outraged at something that he really has no need to be outraged about.
Okay.
So he's outraged about the Ghostbusters, but the Ghostbusters are doing a good thing. He's outraged about John McClane,
I actually forgot how little William Atherton is in.
Yes, Die Hard. Me too. Because he's in Die Hard 2 quite a bit. So I think we think about him being in this one more.
He just comes in at the end, actually, and then he gets and that punch is like you imagine it. Because I was watching. Oh, she's gonna lay into, and he just boom, and there it goes, and he's like, wait, what? And and
that's the other thing that makes this movie so good is that there's a team working with him.
Yes.
Even though he doesn't even realize it. Like he has the team.
Yeah, his wife, Al, for Argyle.
Argyle, like at the end, he needed that. Argyle helped.
Like, and how easy would it have been Argyle to be this throwaway character that really is just there as a plot device? Because but even then, even though Argyle technically stops Theo, he really does it. It's not like Argyle's he does do a couple things, but he's not essential. And yet they gave him some like depth and interest. And I was going to go back to like that. Look, every movie is nothing but contrivance, right? Some writer makes up everything. The key is to hide it and make it all seem organic and natural. And the fact that everything follows this cause and effect trajectory. Holly calls home to find out that John hasn't come through. She thinks it's failed her again, makes her slam down the picture, right? Yeah. Because she slams down the picture, Hans takes over her office and doesn't see the picture right away, right? Nope. But notice they didn't go out of their way to, other than what you said, Daryl, where she makes that look at the picture. They didn't like zoom in. Audience, you're so stupid. They let us figure it out.
Hans notices that look.
Yes, he gets that look like, what is she looking at? Yeah. It's very subtle. It's very, but they allow.
Then he gets called away, right?
Yeah,
which is why she makes the point of trying to get him away from that by acting like I hate you so much. Like she poured it on the hate that she had for him, to get him to stop.
So freaking good
questioning shit, because that's and the other thing that gives it. My mother working in an office full of dudes. Women have to be that smart. And especially when you're in charge, because in that time, especially men tend to think that you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Especially guys like Ellen.
You have to be able to play it.
Yep.
You have to be able to play it. Like when I need him to think I'm not as smart, I play it. When I need him to to get angry because I'm fucking with him because I needed to turn. She knew how to do that with each of the people that she had to deal with, and it all fits.
I love that line. I love that line when he says, "What idiot put you in charge? You did."
Right,
you did.
Right.
I love it.
Exactly.
Love
and he can't argue with it either.
Yes.
And she knew not to do too much.
Yes,
exactly.
She knew how to go.
What I love about her.
I'm really, really sorry. I just had to jump in. I mean, you're being amazed that the woman knew what to do.
I don't think he's.
I knew, but some people.
No, I think.
Really?
It's easy to write her as a. This
which they tended to do.
Yeah. Oh no, I need my John, and she's never like that. But she's also not like kicking Hans's ass either, because she wouldn't, right? She's smarter.
Have you seen that Reese Witherspoon speech where she's going, "It's really annoying when the woman goes, 'What do we do now?'"
Yes.
The damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, that's the thing that's funny, right? It's not funny, but it's bad. It's not just that it's such a chauvinist thing to do, but it also makes your movie less. Like it hurts your own film.
I think anytime you play a character, male, female, doesn't freaking matter, if you make them a caricature in any one direction, right? If you make them like if they're, I don't like the damsel in distress. I like nothing annoys me. Like Barbara in Night of the Living Dead is my least favorite thing about that original movie. Mm-hmm. And what things I love about the remake more is that Barbara starts off, she has an arc. She starts off mousy and weak, but by the end of it, she's like doing what she's got to do to get the hell out of there and kicking ass. So she's not this like catatonic in the corner, useless person. But I also don't like the girl boss cliche where she starts off kicking ass. It's like, no, dude, give her an arc.
You take away her humanity.
Yes, like make her, let her do like what they'll do.
Well,
now.
the black guy that kind of just knows everything.
Well, the magical, we don't
all of that. Yeah. But again, when you do that, when you overdo any of that,
yes, it sucks.
You take away from you take such away from the character.
You can't have your characters being cliches. You need to make them realistic. You can't. You can't just like wedge them into this weird trope.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's what they do, and they think what's annoying. What's annoying to me is when they put them into tropes and they act and think that they're doing something noble. Which, let's be frank, the whole magical Negro trope, right? Yeah. That came out of this. That came out of this place of a bunch of limousine liberals thinking, "Oh, we're going to make it seem like black people have been so oppressed for so long. We're going to make them seem like."
Well, it came out of two places. It came out of conservatives and liberals. Conservatives who were like, "We'll just throw that in there for them, and we'll get that box office," and then. Mm-hmm. It's all about selling. It's about the business.
Well, here's the thing, Peter. My theory about the wolf and the wolf in sheep's clothing still stands. One's a wolf, but at least you know it. It's mercenary, and they're doing the wolf in sheep clothing pretends like they're your friend and they're nice.
Yeah.
I think for them is the most damaging thing you can say. Like Daryl, you just said, we'll do it for them, and it's like you're throwing someone a bone.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, in Star Wars, that kind of felt like right. That's the difference between how it kind of felt like they did in Star Wars with some of the characters of color. Like, we'll just throw you a bone. Like,
until we go get it to China, and then we'll take those people off the poster or hide them on the poster.
Exactly.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not saying that happened.
As opposed to like, I think what I so loved about the Last Boy Scouts. It's getting to me now.
You're getting
the Last Boy Scouts to this day is that they allowed.
Yes,
the Marlon Wayans character is
Damon
Wayans. They all look alike now. I don't know. They're all Wayans brothers. It's not a racist thing. They're all Wayans brothers.
They're actual brothers.
Darryl said it, so it's fine.
Yeah, and
I'm black. I can say that.
Hold on, and they're actually all brothers. So genetically,
and they all they're all related. So the thing with that is they let him, like the scene where he gets caught doing coke, right? Like the drug. They let him do those scenes kept in the movie.
Yes, but he humanizes him.
Yeah.
Yes, and it still let him, and they were still able to make him a hero towards the end.
Yes,
that we liked. We still liked him.
Yeah, you just look. They could do a lot of really horrible crap as long as you give them just the most basic code that they follow. That's all you got to do. It ain't rocket science. And
it works.
We live in a world where like Sarah Connor, Buffy Summers, Ripley, they've all existed. And like, so we all love strong women characters. What we want though is an actual character with an arc, not some bullshit like trope that
Well,
starts
Sarah
off
Connor works in the second movie so much as a strong character because of
the first movie.
Because of the first, and people just keep forgetting it. They keep forgetting that when they try to do these.
Because they're stupid, Daryl.
Or lazy.
Okay. All right, so
let's see.
So
Mary Ellen Trainor. I'm trying to keep this together.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
She is the queen of the 80s, right?
Yeah, she really. It's so funny. Yes, she's like we got Goonies, Monster Squad, all the freaking Richard Donner stuff,
and all through the house.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. What, Peter?
And all through the house.
Oh, that's right. She was a Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, we covered that.
Yes,
like a bonus thingy.
With Dr. Giggles.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I had to think about that for a
minute. I know. He plays the Santa Claus that kills. Yeah,
I know. Okay. We have Rick Dukeman is in this one.
Yes. Yep.
The guy in the.
Where is he though?
He's the guy, the construction worker that's in the manhole.
Yeah. Where he has to call with they close down the city block.
Yeah, they're like, you remember the two FBI agents? They're like, you shut this down or have your job.
Lose your job. Yeah, exactly. That's Rick Dukeman. Grant L. Bush, like Little Johnson, I just love that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not related.
Yeah, not really. I always say Johnson, Agent Johnson, no relation.
Yeah.
Well, it's, you don't know.
And the gung-ho Robert Davi. It's like he's lost it completely in this one.
Robert Davi has been in the news for the last few days because he's been weighing in the is Die Hard a Christmas movie debate.
What did he say?
He said it is a Christmas movie.
Yes! Robert Davi for the win. Not. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Wait, Peter, did you say it?
Yeah, it is. Bruce Willis says it's not. Well, he did say that.
Hold on.
From my side.
The temptation I want to make for a joke, but I won't because it's too soon. I'm not going to.
Yeah, wait till he dies and then you make that.
Yeah,
that's what you do. That's better.
But
that's
is it a Christmas movie or a movie set at Christmas? Joel?
That's a better joke.
Oh boy. Let's see. What else
I think I just got a muscle spasm in my back. Oh no!
Merry Christmas. You're welcome.
So is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
No. Or is it a movie set at Christmas?
No, it's a Christmas movie.
No.
Because none of it happens if Christmas isn't happening. That's how you know. It's not just.
It's funny. This debate is going to continue as long as you people that believe it's a Christmas movie.
What do you mean, you people?
You people. As long as you people keep arguing with people that don't give a shit, really,
no, good point. That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a great point. You dude, Daryl for the win too. Oh my God, he's got a great point. Damn it, I have to admit it. All right, so what ours? Oh, all right. So to wrap all this up with our, I guess to be fair, I guess us doing an episode once every 6 weeks or 2 months or whatever we're doing now. Yes, us doing an almost 2-hour episode is fine.
You know, the weird part is when I looked at John McTiernan, the movies he's done, I was like, I've seen every one of those.
Yeah, some are far better than others.
You have copies.
Nomads, we did Nomads, Joel.
Nomads I like, but I feel like if he had done nothing other than Predator, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Hunt for October, right? That was him?
Yes, yeah.
I think he probably could have retired because he did that Basic with John Travolta. I remember that being horrible.
Yeah, it was. I actually thought the 13th Warrior that
wasn't bad. I remember I didn't hate the theater.
It wasn't popular, but it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it's not bad.
It just was.
I worked with so when I first started working, I worked with an acting agent who had somebody who was in 13th Warrior.
Okay.
And it was such a big thing.
Okay.
It was absolutely insane. And I think the actor had a fairly miserable time on it.
It was one of those movies I think that got like messed up. All of the production was a nightmare.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah. Most of them.
Because things kept changing all the way.
When they were trying to milk, I think the Michael Crichton Jurassic Park era, like that was when that had come out. And we got 13th Warrior, Sphere, Congo. Other than Jurassic Park and Twister, which technically wasn't a book of his.
Congo is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Oh my God, that movie! That was a breakup. That caused a breakup.
So angry.
Yeah,
you know what? We should cover Congo together, all 4 of us.
I can't rewatch that movie.
I'm never watching Congo again.
I would totally.
Me and my ex watched that together we spent the night together watching movies, and we watched that together, and we broke up.
So that's you should have been doing something else.
It was the Congo.
Yeah.
It was the
Is
Congo.
this why you're divorced, Daryl?
Yes.
There are films. I feel like there are films that can be blamed for massive world events. So Vampire in Brooklyn, we all know that's an awful film.
Actually, I don't hate Vampire in Brooklyn.
I like that movie.
I don't hate that movie. I didn't see it until relatively recently, and I actually kind of like it.
Yeah, I know. When we covered the vampire,
we covered it.
Yeah, I need to remind all three of you why I hate Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that on a podcast.
Okay.
No.
Congo, dreadful, awful film.
Campy, fun, stupid, but
dreadful movie, you motherfucker.
Yes. See, this is why I love Daryl, because he says that
I read the novel. I read the novel.
Oh, look at Peter.
Why?
Because it's probably better than the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that.
So that's it. That's it. Vampire in Brooklyn, Congo. That's all you're going to throw me here, Max?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right.
Now, because
something else will come up.
I'm a bit pissed, and we're 1 hour 45 in.
Okay. Yeah. I love
it. The dolphin for me.
The Day of the Dolphin. Okay. I'm one I'll never live down.
You son of a son of a bitch.
Oh, what was that one with the cool poster and the bad movie we did for the anthology?
Night of Terror?
No, Terror.
Not Terror. Yeah. No, it wasn't Terror Train. What the hell was that? I blocked that. Hold on, I gotta look it up. So I actually have that poster now.
The poster is with the knife and the cool. That's the movie with the annoying song.
Oh my god, what was it called, Daryl? Peter, damn it.
Terror.
Oh, I try to run away from my traumas. I don't.
Yeah, we seek them out.
Horror.
While he's looking that up, the other John McTiernan movie that I wanted to bring up, the Thomas Crown Affair with her and him.
Yes. Okay, I know. Yeah, I remember that.
Not a bad movie.
Yeah, I kind of like that one.
I think Pierce Brosnan is massively underrated.
Yes, he is.
I know he's not a lot of people's favorite Bond.
I forget. Well,
I kind of like those anyway. Did you find it?
Yeah, it's not his fault. It's just not. It's
no.
After Roger Moore and stuff, people kind of got tired of the clean cut Bond. It wasn't his fault. He just came in. If he had came into it when he was supposed to originally come into it, if NBC wasn't such a dick at the time and let him play it when he was supposed to play it, that probably would have been a better experience.
Night Train to Terror.
Yeah, damn it, you beat me too. I found it. I was going to bring it up on the screen. Yes, Night Train to Terror.
Oh, you made me flash back to the bad days.
Did you do that one with us? I feel like you might have avoided that one.
I think I quitted it. I think I quit you guys at that.
For that one? You're like, screw you guys?
It's super cool poster.
Yeah, hold on. I'm bringing it up. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. This poster rules. The movie sucked.
Yeah,
that poster is awesome. I love that poster. It's so simple. That's a great poster.
Next year, I just say Night Train to Terror. Next year, one of my plans is a sleeper train from the bottom of the UK where I live up to the top of the UK where my friend lives.
Oh, okay, fun.
Which is a night train.
Oh, will it be a Night Train to Terror?
Frank, you can bring a knife.
I'm going to say
also Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh yeah.
I sit there watching Murder on the Orient Express. Surely everybody will just avoid me and be scared.
Yes,
they might. Yeah. I will also send you a link to the musical number from Night Train to Terror that breaks out on the train.
Everyone needs to hear it.
You have to see it. You have to see it because it's so god awful.
It'll never leave you.
And spoiler alert for both Mags and Peter. Possibly in 2026. Possibly.
You're doing a remake of Night Train to Terror?
I kind of wish because that would be amazing. No, we might be coming closer to your neck of the woods.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
Are you buying another house?
No. It's expensive enough. You know how much a damn trip for 5 people to go to Europe costs? Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. For one, I know it's expensive.
Well, I'm
just going to say Jessie was here. Lovely Jessie.
Yes,
did she say anything to you from me?
She said, "Happy birthday, Governor."
Nice.
There
oh my God.
That's how you knew it was me. I said,
it all comes back in a loop on this podcast.
Yes, I said, hello, governor.
Hello, governor.
Hello.
Hello, governor.
See, and Hans Gruber
Daryl's might be worse than mine. Daryl's actually.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got it down. I can do it worse every time.
Peter,
the drunker I get, the worse it gets.
Peter, how do you do this every week?
He does it because we don't do it every week anymore.
every other month is when we do this. We haven't recorded a Retro Movie Geek.
Chip Cheerio.
Oh my God, it's still going. We haven't done a Retro Movie Geek since October, actually. So
that's true. We haven't done Retro Movie Geek in a minute. It's been a minute.
I know.
I do talk to you every month, though. So
it's been a long
Who, me?
Well, I talk to Daryl.
Yeah, we talk about that.
Well, we do talk all the time. Well, Daryl talks in all caps and calls us Kuntis, but
yes, he does.
Nice.
He does.
With a K.
Oh,
Okay.
I've got I can't show it to you right now because I can't find it. I've got a custom-made crow earring.
Oh, nice.
You guys talk amongst yourself while I find it.
Okay. Mags is a bit pissed.
Did you see how great the new Crow movie is? This was.
Oh yeah, look, that was great. Let's play this up, Daryl.
Awesome,
it was so good. Honestly, the new Crow movie's better than.
Oh my God! It surpasses the old movie. But the new
Mags
Crow.
is a bit pissed, but Mags paid for this.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Mags, did you hear what we said?
Oh, look, it's a
VHS tape.
VHS tape.
Nice. I assume it's a matching set, or is it just like one for your nose?
You would think.
It's like one.
Keyring,
man.
Oh, I thought it went through your nose.
Oh my God.
Hello,
how is she supposed to eat or anything with that dangling in her mouth?
Yeah. Whoa.
And then it activates when you say "Hello, governor," and then it opens.
Hey,
up.
Mags, did you hear us talking about how the new Crow is better than the original?
See, come on. There you go. Yeah.
Wait, come on. Where is it? Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
More.
We should cover that movie.
No, we will. I will never be there.
I am proud to say I have not even seen the new one. I refuse.
Neither have I, but that's not the point.
I know.
I watched the trailer and I thought.
The point is chaos.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, anarchy and chaos. Fair enough.
Anarchy.
All right, you beautiful bastards. We are going to wrap it up, Mags.
Yes, wait. Wrap?
God.
No. This is a plug for you, Joel. Wrapped. Gift wrapped.
What is that? You talking about presents?
Jesus, what? Gift wrapped.
Oh, I sent it to Daryl. He ignored me.
You did?
What'd you send to me?
I sent you a text, didn't I?
Did you?
I did. I thought I did.
I did. I meant to.
You meant to tell me that
Daryl never reads his text.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't give a shit. He's like,
no, I watched it. He sent it to me during the week. It was after work. You know how that. You know, after
gift wrapped.
All right, so I'll let you. How about this? I'll let you pitch that, Peter.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's your job. It's you and your son.
Okay, I'll get back to it in a minute. All right, Max. Yeah. What I was doing. I was doing something important. Max.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure.
That was a surprise.
Thank you for inviting me. It's always.
I was so happy you wanted to do it.
And I don't know that I've ever seen you this tipsy. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry. Yeah, I am quite pissed. Sorry.
I can tell. You're starting to get that like, listen, you sons of bitches.
We've had Daryl on like that.
One more thing that I was.
We've had Daryl on like this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's like that ain't your real daddy, right?
Oh God.
And he started.
And there's a little bit left. Hang on.
Mulled wine. Then Peter with his mulled
wine.
By the way, we all Peter has to drink like 2 liters of straight vodka.
I'm gonna do it for the next one we do. What are we doing again?
Oh, we're gonna do Road Warrior.
Yeah, we're gonna do Road Warrior. Yeah,
yep.
I'll get drunk for Road Warrior. Yeah. I'm gonna yell all profanities at people.
By the way, who wants to do a drinking game?
Are you doing Road Warrior Mel Gibson or Road Warrior? Oh,
correct,
okay.
Correct. Yeah. So who wants to do it? The
Tom Hardy one is just a terrible bag of shit.
Which one?
Fury Road.
The Tom Hardy one.
You don't like Fury Road?
I like that one.
That's a good movie.
Oh, I love Tom Hardy. That film is
really.
Though.
Really? That's interesting. Okay, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. I wanted to do whoever out there was doing a drinking game. Every time Daryl makes a joke at Mel Gibson's expense, due to
no, people will die.
Life choices, people will have to get Drinking. Yeah, you may want to have the 911 on speed dial.
I can't wait.
Oh God! All right.
Just people don't do European measures, do American measures.
So don't. But can we weigh people in stones? Like I'm 5 stones. Is that what you guys say?
5 stones.
No.
How much is a stone? What's a stone weigh? What the hell does that even mean? Stone, like what kind of stone? We're talking about a big stone, a little stone? Like who thought weighing things by stone?
Lauren, explain
Like the Middle Age. It's like someone from the Middle Ages. People weighing in stones. What is that?
No, they use pebbles.
Do your drinks in ounces and
gallons.
I say do it again.
The metric system actually makes more sense.
Oh no, it does. I love that the one thing we as Americans refuse to budge on is the goddamn metric system. We're like, screw you. We say 2 liters, and then we say a gallon, which is technically 4
over here,
kind of, but not exactly.
No, and when I say over here, I'm basically 2 meters. Over at your neck of the woods, 6.65, something like that. It's like
6
ridiculous.
feet. Like 6 feet 7.
Yeah, I'm not 6 feet 7 feet. I'm like 6 feet 7 inches. Yeah,
like I said, you should do drinking games where you measure by the gallon, and it'll be fine.
We should measure them by how tall Peter is what we should do.
Because he's a tall drink of water.
He's a giant, but also he lives in Sweden where they have really silly booze buying.
Hello, governor. He's a tall drink of water.
Oh, by the way, you guys have not been in a chat discussion with Maggie and Jesse about Swedish Christmas food.
Oh, that has to be great.
All right, so I will say, anyone out there, I'm the designated driver, obviously.
Yes.
You should watch the video version of this, if for no other reason than to gradually watch both Mags and Daryl lose it as the show progresses.
Yeah, my booth is gone.
And Peter shockingly seems sober. I'm not sure what the hell's happening here, but yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, governor.
I'm a big dude.
You see how I did that?
All right, so Mags, do you have anything you want to tell the people about where they can find you, or just to leave you alone?
No, don't leave me alone. Read everybody else's stuff because you're all brilliant.
Oh, we are.
I just bask in your glory.
Really?
You're all wonderful.
If you bask in our glory, you must be very cold.
I'm saying.
I'm very drunk.
Or that. Okay, fair enough.
Motherfucker, yuppie-yi-ki-yay.
Daryl.
Yeah, I did that backwards.
Daryl, where can they find you this holiday season?
Don't look. Whatever, man. I'm all over.
It's gonna look weird
in places.
Okay. Peter, where can they find you?
See, I told you this is gonna look. Oh wait, it could look even more weird if I do it like this. Never mind.
Oh God, I don't know what he's doing.
It is
a freeze frame
Santa thingy.
Don't you do that, governor?
It's a softie. They can. You want to know where they can find me?
Yes.
Here. Retro Movie Geek, so hopefully more often than we've done in the past year.
Yes, we at least like to do one a month if we can.
It would be fun because I had that short list that we wanted to choose from.
Yep.
Which has some good movies on it. And Down the Tube, we do that regularly once a month, and we have some good movies lined up, I think.
Maggie, are you pointing at something, or are you trying to get our attention?
I'm trying to get your attention because we do Youngblood next year.
No, is it on the list, Peter? So Peter gets
Youngblood. That's the hockey one, right?
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah. I've seen that.
So good.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen that? That's with Brad Lowe, right?
Yeah, Rob Lowe.
Okay, just Peter's list.
all those white yuppie guys from the 80s look alike.
Yes.
There. 2025.
And go watch The New Crow.
Or don't.
Peter, where can they find you?
Well, I told you here, Retro Movie Geek or Tear on the Tube.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And that's basically where you can find me at the
That's right.
Okay.
Time.
Cool. And
me and Hugh needs to get our shit together, but
or Undead Wookie one day.
Yeah.
Also, I can be found with Peter, of course, Retro Movie Geek, Tear on the Tube, Jay the Ditch do horror movies, which I haven't been on in a minute, but I love those guys.
Get your shit together.
I'm hoping I could go on the weekend after Christmas because I'm going to hopefully have the time to see Nosferatu because I'm actually looking forward to that. So,
I just watched the trailers. I saw the whole movie.
For you.
I have not watched the trailer because I would avoid the whole movie.
That trailer is like 3 hours.
I'm going to tell you right now. 2 best trailers.
Will it be as good as the 1920s version?
I think it'd be totally different.
Will it?
Maybe it won't.
I will say this: the two best trailers in the world right now, new trailers.
Oh, here we go.
28 years later,
and
for the new Danny Boyle movie, and Karate Kid Legends.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's not real.
Yes.
Those trailers
woke up.
Awesome.
That's a fanfic. That's not real.
Dude, I don't give a damn. Those trailers are great. They give you the tone. They give you just a couple little bits that make you want to see it, and then they don't ruin the movie.
But how does Cobra Kai tie into this?
I think it takes place like 3 years after Cobra Kai ends, is what I've heard.
So all the kids die, right?
No.
In a big kung fu explosion.
No.
Jackie Chan is the new version of Mr. Miyagi, and then there's still the old version of.
By the way, this new Karate Kid movie is what they should have done with that piece of shite. Speaking of her cards, that they did with Will Smith's kid, they rather than just force it, they should have done a gradual. It's great. It's great. Terrible. Maggie, were you gonna say something?
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So. Generally do horror movies, and of course, Mom and Pop Video Shop. Where now, granted, if you're watching this video, it's a couple days after Christmas, but it's never too late. I made a short film with my sons. We did a short film. It's called Gift Wrapped. And my buddy Mike, good buddy Mike, who might join us for the Road Warrior episode if he's available. And we did it. My cousin Chris, who's the guy who got me into horror movies when I was a kid, has a small part in it. He's the creature thing at the end.
Wait, so the guy, the husband,
that's Mike. That's Mike, the guy.
Mike.
Yeah. Neighbor Mike. From your neck of the woods. He's from Queens.
What?
Yeah, you do that.
He's been on the podcast before.
Remember Striking Distance and King of New York. He did King of New York with us.
Wow, that's been so long ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But anyway, so check that out, and we had a lot of fun making it. And I'm working. And actually, I got Tyson and I are making a commercial for his horror themed candle company here in a week or two. So that'll be fun.
Is it fart candles or is it just
it's the Phantom Foundry wax company. They do not smell like farts, though. He probably could make you one.
I mean it cleans up your fart.
Oh, that yes.
And then the candle
you light it in the bathroom.
Daryl.
By the way, may I just say
holiday eating is going to be terrible for people. They're going to need these candles.
Yeah, I have a house full of them.
Yeah, what, Peter? What were you going to
say? Did you mention where to watch Gift Wrap?
Oh, Mom and Pop Video Shop on the channel. Yes,
there you go.
If it's not obvious when you go to the channel, just search and you'll find it.
Well, yeah.
Gift Wrapped.
A
Christmas themed horror.
WR, not wrapped.
Yeah, not like wrapping. Yeah.
By the way, is that Mike's house?
No, that was my cousin's house.
Okay.
Because
y'all
a lot of Christmas.
To be fair, he's like a VP of like a credit union. I'm not.
He's so rich. He got 2 trees in there.
No, dude, they got 3. They got 3. The Star Wars tree you could catch when Mike's coming down the hall from the front door. You could kind of see the Star Wars. That's why I picked their house because I knew his wife every year. It's like the Hallmark store, just like in a good way, explodes in their living room. It's just Christmas. I love it. It's like ready-made production. I didn't have to put up anything. It was like that when I walked in the house.
I was looking at the trailer. I was like, dang, you white people show got a lot of money.
Yeah.
You watched it yet, Maggie?
No,
go watch it. Yeah,
she's too busy watching the
I got to waterboard my oldest son. I won't tell you where. It's in the movie.
I know.
Yeah, literally.
I watched last night. I'm gonna watch Home Alone.
Yes.
Now, and then I'm gonna watch The Holiday tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I'm done for Christmas movies.
No, then you need to watch Gift Wrapped, my 4-minute 50-something-second short film,
and National Lampoon's Christmas. That's the only Christmas movie.
Yes.
I
was gonna watch Violent Night with.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. David Harbour. Yeah.
Bad Santa.
By the way, I have heard. I
can't watch Bad Santa again.
Hold on.
Are you fucking with me?
I have heard David Harbour is not the nicest guy in the world. He's kind of a dick. Guess what? I like Hopper and I like Violent Night. I don't give a shit.
Hopper?
I don't care.
What's Hopper?
Hopper.
I think the last time I actually talked about watching Violent Night with you, Joel, my choices were Violent Night or Cocaine Bear.
Yes, you should have.
And I fucking loved Cocaine Bear.
Did you really?
Cocaine Bear
it's
again.
best when you do cocaine while you watch.
Cocaine Bear. I didn't think it was that funny though. I didn't like it
because you weren't high. That's part of the deal.
All right, so hold on. So let me wrap this bad boy up.
2 hours.
2 hours and 3 minutes.
That's right. Give her maybe a little less. I'm not going to
4 hours.
Okay, so belated Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Happy New Year for everybody's coming up.
Happy holidays.
All that good crap. And any last final words, you crazy kids?
What is it? Clark says, "Happy Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, fuck you." Isn't that what he says?
No, it goes kiss my ass, kiss his ass.
There you go. Yeah, kiss his ass. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All
right, Maggie. Any final words?
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Thanks for listening. Visit RetroMovieGeek.com and be sure to leave us voicemail feedback. You can share your thoughts by calling 484-577-3876. That's 484-57-RETRO.